You already know this is Pause Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moo Shot himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, happy hour Thursday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Fight week, fight week, fight week. Ladies and gentlemen, La Bandera Roja, the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, going to be fighting versus the Phenom from Cuba, 175-pound division, light heavyweight showdown. One of the best matchups in the sport of boxing, 2025 to start it off. Shout out to PBC, shout out to TGB, shout out to Samson, shout out to Lou DeCuba, shout out to Al Heyman. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole world is talking about this fight in the sport of boxing. A lot of people will say, yo, but what happened to PBC? PBC is sinking. Doesn't look like PBC is sinking today. It doesn't seem like PBC is going to be sinking tomorrow. And it doesn't look like PBC is going to be sinking on Saturday. And then they also got a big event, whether you like the matchup or not. March 1st, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Cucaracha, la cucaracha, no se puede caminar. But of course, when we're talking about David Benavidez, we also got to be talking about Canelo Alvarez. It is what it is. It's just like we're talking about the NBA. They're going to have to bring up Stephen Curry. They're going to bring up LeBron James. If we're talking about football, they're going to bring up Brady and things of that nature. You feel me? It is what it is. The number one fight that the sport want to see, that the people in the sport want to see, the fans, the pundits, the independent media, the ThePBC, Twitter account holders, Instagram account holder, we want to see Canelo Alvarez, the 4-division world champion, super middleweight undisputed, King Nello, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Cash Nello, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. Get the Rockets out of here, man, versus David Benavidez. There's no other fight that's bigger for Canelo Alvarez. There's no opponent better than a David Benavidez for Canelo Alvarez. That's the fight. Look, I believe, and I've been saying this for a long time. Sometimes if this seems like I'm contradicting myself because I believe that, damn, Canelo Alvarez, man, throws a bone, man. Pelea con ese tigre, ya. Canelo Alvarez, fight David Benavidez. Que me importa. In the end of the day, probably Canelo Alvarez is probably still the favorite to beat David Benavidez. Fight him. You know what I'm saying? What is it? You fought Triple G, you fought Kovalev, you fought Daniel Jacobs, you fought all these guys. You never cared about the weight because you always say that you was always smarter than everybody else. But why when it comes to David Benavidez, it's kind of moving the goalposts. He hasn't fought nobody. He only fought Anthony Durrell. But then David Benavidez fought Kalen Planet, fought Demise Andre, and went up to the 175-pound division and fought Alexander. They're not going to be fighting David Moreau Jr. this Saturday, February 1st, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. And if he gets through with another quote-unquote boogeyman in David Moreau Jr., that's why you don't hear Canelo Alvarez saying, well, he got to fight more opponents. He only fought Anthony Durrell. Okay, that narrative left. Oh, I didn't want to fight Mexican fighters. Okay, you already fought Jaime Munguia and stuff like that. That narrative left. Now he said he want to fight bigger guys, but you always said he was a smaller guy, so size was never an issue. So you got to get that thing out of the way. Then you ask for $200 million for David Benavidez, el tipo que tú dijiste que no ha hecho nada. Come on, Canelo. At this point, if you're a true Canelo Alvarez fan, I ain't talking about them little fanboys. None of them fanboys that like to just debunk everything that goes against Canelo Alvarez in these airwaves, in the ThePBC, and Instagram, and X formerly known as Twitter, because I do believe there's a lot of fan bases that don't want to hold their favorite fighter accountable because of the hate that they get. So they know they don't want to coexist with the legitimate negative criticism, legitimate negative criticism of Canelo Alvarez. Now, some criticism is Bush League. Some criticism, it doesn't make sense. Now, some criticism, that's not Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez has done enough of the sport of boxing when he could retire right now, become a first ballot Hall of Famer. And you know what? It is what it is. Nobody could take that away from Canelo Alvarez. Nobody could take away his greatness. Nobody could take away his resume. Nobody could take away what he's done in the sport of boxing. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're still going to be in the sport of boxing and you're going to be active and you're going to be holding belts, then damn it, if you're the king of the sport of boxing, you're the one that's supposed to set the standard. See, the beauty about the sport of boxing has been highly documented. Boxing has been probably the most documented sports in the history of all sports. So when we know and we're used to a cash cow like Oscar de la Hoya, that for anybody, anytime, any place, I move up, I move back down, to whatever. We never needed to ask Oscar de la Hoya, go fight him. But a pelea, come on, Oscar. Man, you duck it. Damn, you avoiding. Damn, you over-marinated. We never had to ask Oscar de la Hoya that. So this is what it is. And as much as we could give we could give praise and constructive criticism, because I believe that this is constructive criticism when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Tú eres el rey de boxeo. You wear a crown. You are the king. And the king is supposed to rule his kingdom. Everybody looks up to the king. I don't expect a peasant to be doing the king's job. And if for Canelo Alvarez, if he feels like, damn, David Benavidez hasn't done nothing, not even 10% of what I've done in my career, then Canelo Alvarez be looking at everybody else like they peasants. So when people be like, oh no, but David Benavidez got to do this and David Benavidez got to do that, it's all cool. It's all cool. David Benavidez does have to do more. Edgar Berlanga does have to do more. Caleb Plant still have to do more. All these fighters in the 168-pound division, hey, yo, Dimitri Bivol still got to do more. Hey, yo, Beterbiev, even, look, Dimitri Bivol, if he beats Beterbiev, he still got to do more. Beterbiev is older, so he probably retires, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he still got to do more. We still expect Teofimo Lopez to do more. We expect Gervonta Tank Davis to do way more. We expect Devin Haney to do more. We expect Bam Rodriguez to do more. We expect Naoya Inoue, the 4th division world champion, 2 division undisputed, to move. You see the criticism nowadays with Naoya Inoue. People expect him to do more. But if you're the king of the sport of boxing, if anybody is expected to do and anybody else get the benefit of the doubt, will be El Rey de Boxeo, Canelo Alvarez. It's not about that David Benavidez don't have to do more. He has to do more. It's that Canelo Alvarez still has to keep that same standard. He has to keep doing it. You feel me? Yes, he's done it, but he has to keep doing it. Everybody you're going to stay active. You're going to have to keep doing it. Boxing goes on. Fighters come and go. If you're going to stay in the mix, then you got responsibility. And if you are the face of boxing and you have adopted that I am King Nello, then what we expect, who we look at in America, who we look upon, the president, right? He's the leader. He's the commander in chief, right? Everything falls on him. If the NBA ratings is going down, they're going to look at, damn, well, LeBron James ain't holding it up. What happened to the style of basketball or something like that? They look at LeBron James. He's going to have to answer those questions because he's the face. Canelo Alvarez is the face. We don't need to beg Canelo Alvarez because we never needed to beg Mike Tyson. We didn't need to beg Sugar Ray Leonard. We didn't need to beg the 4 Kings. We didn't need to beg the King. Now, let's talk about this. And I'm going to open up the panels, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like button. I'm going to open up the panels. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Karate Kid in the building. What's good, man? Karate Kid. If you haven't become a member of Punch on Boxing, you already know where to go. Let's go, baby. All right. Give me a sec. I did a video early on. I spoke about this years ago. And I don't want to feel like, look, I'm a fan of Manny Pacquiao, the 8th division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, right? I'm a fan also of Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? I was a huge fan of Pretty Boy Floyd. And then later on in his career, he got a little bit boring for me and stuff like that. And I started liking other fighters and stuff like that, their styles. But one thing about Floyd Mayweather, he got the skills to pay the bills, an extraordinary talent, 5-division world champion. His resume is up to par. He beat Canelo Alvarez. He beat Manny Pacquiao. He beat Oscar de la Hoya. He beat all these guys. He beat Castillo. He rematched Castillo. He beat Maidana. He rematched Maidana. Even if you question a performance with Floyd Mayweather, at least he ran it back. He beat Cotto. He beat Mosley. You know what I'm saying? He beat Zab Judah. He beat Arturo Gatti. You can't question Mayweather. But we could question the blueprint that Mayweather left for the sport of boxing that has hindered the sport of boxing. It has hindered cash cows like Canelo Alvarez. Because as much as when people want to criticize Canelo Alvarez, the debunk is, well, Mayweather did that. Wait a minute. So you want to justify Canelo Alvarez's move because Mayweather did that? Because I know Canelo Alvarez fanboys don't like Mayweather, but also Canelo Alvarez fanboys will use that debunk, that deflect. But Mayweather did that. Also, you want Canelo Alvarez to be Mayweather. That's not what I said. So why are you bringing up Floyd Mayweather then? But in all reality, hold on, let me take this thing out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. In all reality, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao was the worst thing that ever happened in the sport of boxing. Yes. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao was the fight that we all wanted to see. Was the fight that we all wanted to see, the fight that we begged, the fight that we shamed each fighter, each camp, right? We was begging for this fight. We was crying for this fight. We was fighting each other for this fight. It was chaos. It was toxic. It became racial. It became everything in the book just because we was asking for this fight. And finally, when we got the fight, we was like, huh? 6-7 years of this, we was begging for this. What we got? $100 for pay-per-view, right? Cool. Everybody was all in sync. Everybody was invested. All hands on deck for this fight. But ladies and gentlemen, this fight has been so detrimental to the sport of boxing. It has left a black eye in the sport of boxing that we're still today trying to take care of the swell. You know why? Because of the success of the fight, the success of the blueprint. And I ain't talking about the style. I ain't talking about the performance, because the performance compared to the fight of the century, right? It was a bum fight. But because of the success, the lucrative success of this fight created a blueprint for guys like Canelo Alvarez to do what he probably assuming he's doing right now. I put a poll up. Is Canelo Alvarez ducking David Benavidez? Is Canelo Alvarez scared of David Benavidez? Is Canelo Alvarez afraid of David Benavidez? Or is Canelo Alvarez playing his Mayweather card? And if he's playing his Mayweather card, could you be upset about it? You could be upset about it. Do you get it? Do you understand it? Because the Mayweather card, in the end of the day, unfortunately, it worked. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao build a blueprint of over-marinating fight. And over-marinating fight, seems like the fans will still want the fight, still beg for the fight. Over-marinated. Finally, it happened. It broke records in the gate. It broke records pay-per-view. Everybody saw it. It's still the most lucrative fight, right? Outside of the Conor McGregor and stuff like that, and Floyd Mayweather, still the most lucrative boxing bout in the history of the sport of boxing. This fight also created the blueprint. Mayweather blueprint also created that save your O. Save your O, and you eventually get paid like Floyd Mayweather. Over-marinate a fight, over-marinate a potential mega fight, and all of it, you can manage to get the money like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. This fight right here, and then the performance. After the performance, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you like this, it left a black eye in the sport of boxing. What this fight did, and the performance of Klitschko versus Tyson Fury, one of the most boringest heavyweight fight, when we was begging for, damn, the heavyweight is dying, the heavyweight is dead. Those two fights, especially those two fights, but of course, this is the leader, put a black eye in the sport of boxing. When Tyson Fury beat Klitschko, it was boring. He was not convincing. People see Tyson Fury, they wasn't convinced with the body, the face, everything. They wasn't convinced with the performance. Damn, this is where the heavyweight is at. A lot of boxing fans, after the fight with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, ran to the MMA and ran to the UFC. This fight gave birth to the UFC. This fight gave birth to those urging, combative fans. To this day, this fight has given birth to the UFC, MMA, the culture of MMA, and even bare knuckle challenge. This fight right here. And I said in the video early on, I said, be careful, the saying of be careful what you wish for. All money ain't good money. This fight was the worst because it created a new era of way of thinking. You see these boxers, they're not trying to get hit. Yeah, they're not trying to get hit like Floyd Mayweather, but they're not trying to commit as well. See, because Floyd Mayweather's style, Pretty Boy Floyd was good, but Money May style got him the money, got him everything. So what does it do? It creates a new way of fighting, a new way of thinking. This fight only was good for Floyd's pocket and Manny Pacquiao's pocket. But for the sport of boxing, this fight gave boxing a black eye that was still recovering from it. A lot of fans like the MMA. They're not coming back into the sport of boxing. The UFC not coming back to boxing. And now, hey, yo, to be honest, of late, I'm watching and I'm geared to bare knuckle challenge more than even boxing myself. Even I'm getting tired of the sport of boxing. A hardcore boxing fan like myself, I'm getting tired of it. There's lack of statements in the sport of boxing because people want to save. People want to be careful. Listen to these fighters and their victory. Even if we got some good fights, but people are still being too careful. They're not trying to take the victory. They're not trying to take the win because they're trying to win like Floyd did with Manny Pacquiao. See, that style is the most lucrative style in the sport of boxing this era. So when you hear, let me give you an example. Devin Haney versus George Kambosos, the first fight. He could have done anything to take him out. That was an easy fight. But what did he say? What did they say? We were just trying to secure the win. Richardson Hitchens versus Liam Paru. Oh, I could have taken him. I was just trying to secure the win. The way that shout out to Shakur Stevenson, but the way that he's fighting, I just trying to secure the win because they're saving their they don't care how they perform. They don't care. They don't care about the fans. They're trying to save that because Floyd Mayweather won in that style and was the most lucrative style. So now it created a whole new generation of that style. See, Manny Pacquiao style plays second to Floyd Mayweather style. Would you rather fight like Manny Pacquiao or would you rather fight like Money May? Not Pretty Boy Floyd, because Pretty Boy Floyd was a whole different type of animal, but Money May. That style, that fight, the successful of that fight messed up the sport of boxing. So if you think that reason why Canelo Alvarez is not fighting David Benavidez and now he's on the table, not on the table, but he's sitting on the table with Turkey Al Sheikh, he's going to try to milk it for anything he got. If Canelo Alvarez see that, hey, yo, Turkey Al Sheikh is giving $100 million to the likes of Usyk, who really never sold. Let's be honest. Usyk is pound for pound number one. But Alexander Usyk is not a major superstar. He's not a gate seller. He's not a guy that, selling out everywhere. That's not Usyk. But Usyk got paid, reportedly, $100 million plus. Tyson Fury, $100 million plus. That's what's reported. That's what they're saying out there. Canelo Alvarez is looking at it like, yo, but I create revenue. I've been holding boxing down in North America. I'm the king. You giving $100 million to them to fight that? Guess what? You got to give me $150 to $200 million if you want to see me fight even a Bud Crawford or even a David Benavidez. Now he's playing his Mayweather card because Mayweather left that type of blueprint. Wait, the investors are coming. Wait, the investors are coming. That used to be one of the pet peeve of what people used to talk about the PBC and Al Heyman. Al Heyman's gonna get the investor. Just give him time. Just give him time. He got a game plan. The boxer said David Benavidez is the one that could. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the fight that we all want to see? What is the number one fight in the sport of boxing? Is it David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez? Because that's the number one fight. That is the most asked fight by hardcores and casuals. When you look, people, for how long Mike Tyson been talking about that fight? How long Roy Jones Jr. been talking about the fight? All the Mexican legends are asking Canelo Alvarez to fight David Benavidez. Everybody and their mama is asking Canelo Alvarez to fight David Benavidez. The hardcores, the supporters, and the haters want that fight. But I understand that the fanboys of this community, you got to be real, you got to be honest. The reason why you don't want to say that Canelo Alvarez is ducking, the reason why you don't want to say that Canelo Alvarez is probably acting like a Vijiji juice, is acting weak. The reason why you don't want to say that is because his haters say that. The bad, negative criticism of Canelo Alvarez, those names say that. But you know what? Even if it's negative, even if it's criticism, that's how the way that Canelo Alvarez is looking when it comes to David Benavidez. If you want to debunk that, it's because you don't want to coexist with Canelo Alvarez haters. See, a Canelo Alvarez supporter and Canelo Alvarez hater could say the same thing. The criticism could be the same. Sometimes it is. It is. That doesn't mean you hate somebody because you're giving constructive criticism. I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan. Everybody knows this in this community if you're familiar with the channel. I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan. But also, I also break it down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. Do I give Canelo Alvarez the benefit of the doubt? I will give Canelo Alvarez the benefit of the doubt because what he has done in the sport of boxing. There's certain fighters that I give the benefit of the doubt. It's not about not being biased. I give him the benefit of the doubt because it's what he's done in the sport of boxing. So when Canelo Alvarez was actually saying, you know what, David Benavidez only fought Anthony Durrell. Like y'all trying to shame me with David Benavidez. Y'all unfair. I agree with that. But when Canelo Alvarez said, you know what, you got to fight more fighters. Fight each other. Fight each other. That's what David Benavidez did. So what you asking now? That's what David Benavidez did. You asked him to fight each other, and he did. He has his own pay-per-view events. He got that. He even fought a guy in the middleweight division. People wanted to see Canelo Alvarez go for his undisputed because Canelo Alvarez go as a Canelo Alvarez fan as well. His goal was to become middleweight undisputed. And then when I say, you know what, I wanted to see Canelo Alvarez versus Demetrius Andre for the undisputed. But Demetrius Andre, no. But no. If you're a Canelo Alvarez fan, you wanted to see that fight because you wanted Canelo Alvarez to become undisputed in the middleweight division. Point blank, period. If you're a Bud Crawford fan, in the welterweight division, you wanted him to fight Errol Spence to become undisputed. If you're an Errol Spence fan, you wanted him to fight Bud Crawford so he could become undisputed because you're a fan of those particular fighters, right? If you are a Jamel Charlo fan, you want him to become undisputed in 154-pound division. If you're a fan of Bivol, you want him to fight Baturbia for undisputed. If you're a fan of Baturbia, if you want him to fight Bivol for the undisputed. If you're a fan of Usyk, you want him to fight Tyson Fury for undisputed. If you're a fan of Fury, you want him to fight Usyk for the undisputed. If you're a fan of Canelo Alvarez, you wanted him to fight Demetrius Andre for undisputed. Don't say, well, Demetrius Andre ain't fighting nobody. Demetrius Andre, look at his record. Demetrius Andre is a prospect. All you got to do is worry about who got the WBO. If you're a Canelo Alvarez fan and he's in the 168-pound division and he needs one more belt, you wanted him to fight Caleb Plant. Am I right? If you're a Caleb Plant fan, you wanted him to fight Canelo Alvarez. Am I right? That's a boxing fan, right? Or you want to create this, or y'all want to be fanboys and create a narrative just so y'all won't come to YouTube in the chat or in the panel or debates and be like, you know what? Damn, these haters, look at Canelo Alvarez haters saying that he's ducking David Benavidez. No, he not. No, he not. I mean, David Benavidez, his mandatory. I mean, he activated the mandatory. Deja eso, mi gente. Deja eso. Canelo Alvarez is not gonna. Canelo, you're not part of Canelo Alvarez family. Canelo Alvarez is not probably. He's not even listening to all of us. Right? Why y'all want to keep it real? I'd rather see the smash the like, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like. Hold on. Give me a sec. Get to the bag. So, also, we're going to be talking about this. So, people, do you agree with me that this fight, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, has hindered the mindset of the newly cash cow? Is it hinder the mindset of the young fighters? Not every young fighter want to save their O. And the good thing about it is that a lot of these young fighters, there is young fighters out there, and that's why I give credit to Teofimo Lopez, Bam Rodriguez, Danny Dubois, even David Benavidez, that's really daring to be great and putting themselves in 50-50 fights that is a great chance they're going to lose, right? Teofimo Lopez fighting Lomachenko, underdog. Josh Taylor, he was fighting Josh Taylor, underdog. Bam Rodriguez fighting Juan Francisco Estrada, Sonny Edwards, Guadra, Rumberside. Daniel Dubois, he lost to Joy Joyce, but look at what that experience has given him. And then he beating Hergovich, beating Miller, beating Anthony Joshua, knocking out Anthony Joshua. And probably they would have if the referee would have caught that legal body shot, then we're talking about Daniel Dubois, the face of heavyweight boxing. But he took that risk early in his career. He took that risk fighting Joe Joyce, in which a lot of people felt like, you know what, man, he's too young for that. He's too young. He's not ready. Steady gains in the building. Lopez, so that super chatty game. Me dice Canelo will barbecue Benavidez ribs easy. Well, it's fair to say that still Canelo Alvarez is still the favorite. Good looking out, James. Appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you, Steady Gains, man. First super chat of the day. Let's go. First super chat of the day. Let's go. And you see who else going to be supporting. Let's see who else going to support. Hold on. Let me take this thing out. Ladies and gentlemen, also we're going to be talking about Ryan Garcia. Breaking news. Ryan Garcia has signed up to VADA and California testing, meaning that, okay, all right, that's okay. You want me to test VADA? All right, but I'm gonna have a backup plan. I'm gonna have a backup tester, just so y'all won't be playing games with me. I'm gonna be and you know what? California is getting strict too. So you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna do 2 testing. I don't trust VADA, but y'all want me to do VADA? I do what y'all want me to do. But you know what? I got a backup plan. I got somebody that's gonna check VADA as well. Yeah, at the end of the day, all that stuff, and still Devin Haney's gonna be in the undercard of Ryan Garcia. All that to be the undercard of Ryan Garcia. Also, we're going to be talking about Keyshawn Davis versus Baranchik. We're going to be talking about, especially, we're going to talk heavily about that fight after this fight in the weekend. It's business. Look at it. That's like having an attorney for an attorney. That's like having an accountant for an accountant. Ryan Garcia trying to check all the boxes, cover his grounds. That's smart by Ryan Garcia. It's unfortunate that he needs to do this, but shout out to Ryan Garcia for doing it, though. Right? And talking about the situation with VADA, I posted this on my the reason why I don't trust the affiliation of the former Pablo Escobar of PEDs with VADA is because everybody behind the scenes, and there's a lot of fighters that know the what you call it, the conflict of interest when it comes to VADA and the Pablo Escobar of PEDs. If I was any fighter, I won't trust anybody that is, if my opponent is working with the Pablo Escobar of PEDs, I won't want to enroll to VADA. I won't. It really doesn't have to do with just the people, everybody in VADA. Is the affiliation that VADA has with this personnel. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't start now. People was questioning for a long time. I think that in the sport of boxing, we move to the next subject, we move to the next fight, we move to the next drama so fast that we don't care, right? And that's what it is. Andre Ward has been saying the same thing where a lot of people like us been saying about his distrust. This was in 2013. This was Andre Ward. This was 2013. He used to work with Victor Conte, but this is what he said, right? Let me just read it right quick, and then we're going to be moving on to the fight with David Benavidez and David Morrell and talk about that and the potential, what they're going to do, what the potential winner going to be doing, right? But in reference to VADA and not trusting the affiliation that Victor Conte and the former Pablo Escobar PEDs have with VADA is Ward has caught some flack from those who wonder out loud why he's refusing to do testing, but Ward assures he's on board with it and feels he just needs to get his questions answered and know everything before he proceeds. One thing Ward also mentioned was the fact that former Balco founder Victor Conte, who works with Rodriguez, is involved with VADA and feels it raises a conflict of interest. The same thing that we've been raising for months and months and months and years. Random drug testing is something I believe in. It's something that I feel fighters should do, but at the same time, I have to do my due diligence and do my homework. Just because it's the latest and greatest thing doesn't mean I'm going to jump head first in. I'm not an idiot, just like Punch Drum Boxing is not an idiot, just like everybody in the chat is not an idiot, right? That's Victor Conte's fighter. He's also set up the protocols and everything else for VADA. Let me read that again. He also set up the protocols and everything else in VADA. Everything else in VADA. Say it again. It's everything else in VADA for VADA. So you don't think that's a conflict of interest? Yes, it is. Self-explanatory. That you want to sponsor me and all of a sudden you guys are pushing this VADA situation. Fired Ward. So I don't want nobody to come over to Punch Drum Boxing and be like, why you keep on saying that? Well, you keep, yes, I want Ryan Garcia not to enroll, but if he's going to enroll, always have a backup to hold VADA accountable. You know what I'm saying? Right? Truth always saying the truth, right? We're speaking truth. Come on, this is self-explanatory. The only people that disagree with this are Devin Haney fanboys that just like there is Canelo Alvarez fanboys. I'm not talking about the real Canelo Alvarez fan, the conservative Canelo Alvarez fan, the level-minded Canelo Alvarez fan, or the level-minded Devin Haney fans, or the level-minded any fan base. But there's fanboys within that culture, within that fan base. There's fanboys, like there's fanboys of Devin Haney that you know if Victor Conte was with look, it's like in this community, the same community that vouches for Devin Haney was vouching for Deontay Wilder. If Victor Conte was with Tyson Fury, what you think that same community gonna be saying about Victor Conte? Come on now. It is what it is. We're not dumb. See, the thing is, I don't want Devin Haney to be with Victor. I don't want nobody to be with Victor. Not because I think that he's a bad guy. I don't know if he's a good or bad guy. But what he's done to sports for many, many, many years, this ain't just a 2-year thing, 1-year thing. I slipped up and boom. No. He made a life. He made a living. He became a millionaire. Doing this. And he's still a millionaire to today. It didn't hurt him, but it did hurt baseball. It did hurt track and field. It did hurt cycling. It did hurt boxing because he still was one of those guys that gave Shane Mosley the cream. And Shane Mosley went inside that ring and could have killed the guy. See, the thing is, he didn't kill the guy, but what about if he would have killed the guy? What about if Shane Mosley would have paralyzed the guy? What about if Shane Mosley's opponents, God rest his soul, was Patrick Day? What would we be saying about Victor Conte? Until it happens, right? Until it happens. Also, got to show Clarissa Shields getting back in the ring. I believe it's going to be this Saturday or this Sunday. Hey, yo, Clarissa, man, whoever did your makeup. Clarissa Shields is heading back in the ring. She had a press conference today. She's getting back in the ring. I believe this Sunday. Oro Diablo. Who did this makeup? Hey, yo, I'm going to tell you like this, Clarissa Shields, man, fire your makeup artist because they tried hard to make you look like a man. Por eso, mi gente, diablo, man. Not even makeup could do anything for her. Papus. Yo me quedo con Remy Martin para eso. Y eso, mi gente. Hey, yo, Clarissa, man, just fire your makeup artist. Because they made you look like a straight mujer con pinga, trani. They use me to try to... they desperately try to make it look like Sammy Sosa. Huh? Her makeup artist was Serena Williams' makeup artist, right? Yo. Essa na trani! Essa na trani! Not even gonna say that I'm a hater. Nah. I'm just keeping it real. Just looking out. Just like we be talking about you know what I'm saying, Javonta Tan Davis perm and people was talking about Tifa Lopez, they had a wig, remember? We talking about you know, Javonta Tan Davis fingernails. We could talk about Clarissa Shields and her makeup, right? You know about that, right? David Benavidez versus David Morrell. It's a good matchup. She looked like Jimmy Butler. Diablo. Hey, yo. David Morrell versus David Benavidez this Saturday. Good matchup. A lot of people felt like in David Benavidez' last fight, they felt like, oh, this is how it looks like when David Benavidez fight somebody his own size. Right? I give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? I think that David Benavidez has been a guy that has been very, very forward. And you know what? I think that was the best interview that he had with Andre Ward. He really said everything. You know what I'm saying? He really said that, man, he was been struggling with cocaine for a long time. You know, and you know, he did lose his belt. You know, we did see him last year drunk and stuff like that. He was saying that's it, that he, but you know, maybe he's still struggling with that. Hopefully, man, that he could get that monkey off his back. And hopefully, you know, after his career, because a lot of people do turn into drugs, especially after their career. It seems like David Benavidez probably has been very insecure, you know, because of his weight, and probably try to block it out with drugs and substances and drinks and cocaine. It looked like, you know, it's so recent though. Hopefully that, you know, he maybe it's a constant battle. Maybe the more money that he gets, the more pressure that he's gonna get. Because right now, I don't think that David Benavidez got pressure. You know what I'm saying? Does he look like a guy that if he does pressure, he's gonna go back to that? Hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? I think they got a great support, got a wife, got kids, got a great father, got great brothers, but he had that, you know, and hopefully the bigger that he get, because see, some people can't handle that fame. I don't think that David Benavidez right now got that type of pressure like a Canelo Alvarez. I don't think he got the pressure like a Oscar De La Hoya. He doesn't got that pressure yet in where he got boxing on his shoulder. So hopefully he keeps on working on himself, because with every victory, he's going to get bigger. He's going to get more famous. He's going to be more of a celebrity. There's going to be more responsibility. There's going to be people, because right now, I think right now, David Benavidez got Canelo Alvarez against the wall. It's not the other way around. But Canelo Alvarez has been on the top and been on the limelight and been holding boxing down for quite some time. This is second nature to him. You know what I'm saying? But let's not forget, we've seen a lot of fighters in that spot do dabble with drug addiction. Julio Cesar Chavez, Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, Mike Tyson, Pernell Whitaker. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's alcohol, whether it's cocaine, whether it's heroin, mental illness. You see all these fighters saying they got mental illness, they can't handle it. There's a lot of fighters in the sport of boxing that says, I want to kill myself, I want to commit suicide, like Roy Jones Jr., Jamal Charlo, you know, a lot of people that got, a lot of these fighters got a lot of problems. Roberto Duran as well. Victor, con los 5 pesos. Me dice, I am late. It was the Mayweather era. It is now the Canelo era. If David Benavidez shows up and shows out this weekend, it will be his era. Whoa. Victor say if David Benavidez wins this Saturday, it will be his era. Well, I don't know yet. First, we got to see February 22nd. See the winner of Artur Beterbiev and Bivol again, the rematch. If Artur Beterbiev wins, or let's say if Dimitri Bivol wins, then we want to see David Benavidez fight the winner, and then he gotta do something great for us to say that's his era. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that he's part of the young this young era of T.O., Bam Rodriguez, Danny Dubois, David Benavidez. The only thing with David Benavidez is not getting the titles and stuff like that. But I do believe that David Benavidez got all the intangibles. He got the skill set. He got the entertainment value. He can speak English. He can speak Spanish. He's young. He know how to trash talk at the same time. He know how to speak well and trash talk. David Benavidez right now is really, he got all the ingredients to be the face. And I think that Canelo Alvarez knows that. See, I don't think that Canelo Alvarez is ready to lose in the ring. I don't think that Canelo Alvarez is ready to lose everything outside of the ring that makes him who he is inside of the ring. If you understand what I'm trying to say, folks. Canelo Alvarez already lost. He lost to Mayweather. He lost to Bivol, right? There's other fights that people question whether he won or lost, right? So Canelo Alvarez is familiar to losing, but he's not familiar to losing his fan base that's going to be, that's going to shift. It is going to shift. If David Benavidez, because see, I don't think that people, see, Canelo Alvarez's biggest threat was not Jaime Munguia. Yeah, Canelo Alvarez could say, but yo, I did fight a Mexican. When I said I didn't want to fight a Mexican, y'all pressured me to fight a Mexican. I did fight a Mexican, Jaime Munguia. We all knew that Jaime Munguia was never going to be that guy. We seen his skill set. We saw that Jaime Munguia was highly limited. Is the reason why Golden Boy Promotions was really, and that's the first fighter that I see Oscar De La Hoya really having his fighter on eggshells, really doing the matchmaking, really being picky with Jaime Munguia, because we know that Jaime Munguia never looked special. Jaime Munguia was never special. Jaime Munguia was never going to be that guy. Jaime Munguia was never going to be the next Mexican cash cow superstar. We saw it. We never thought that Jaime Munguia could beat Canelo Alvarez. But the illusion of the perception is that David Benavidez is the guy to overwhelm Canelo Alvarez. See, David Benavidez is the guy that people believe that would demoralize Canelo Alvarez, not beat Canelo Alvarez. See, that's the thing. See, David Benavidez brings the aura that he could destroy Canelo, not just beat him. Because Canelo Alvarez already been beat. Canelo Alvarez never been demoralized. Canelo Alvarez really never got dropped. Really, Canelo Alvarez, yeah, he got staggered like, what, a decade ago? But come on, man. In his prime, he's got hit with a bunch of power hitters and stuff like that and nothing. Magic in the building. So David Benavidez brings that aura. Ben moved up in weight. That's not Canelo. He said, Ace, punch, stop the cap. Why y'all just don't want to give in? Huh, AC? My brother AC. Why we just can't be on the same page? Like, I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan. I'm not afraid of Canelo Alvarez fighting David Benavidez. I'm not afraid of saying, yo, Canelo Alvarez, go chase David Benavidez or fight David Benavidez. Why we just can't say what we want to see? We want to see that fight. Why we try so hard to not to talk our way not to see the fight? All right, AC. So Canelo Alvarez move up and fight David Benavidez. He went up there before, AC. So that's not even an excuse, my brother. That's not an excuse. Canelo Alvarez moved up to the 175-pound division twice. And he fought credible opponents, credible champions in that division. So why we can't say, well, Canelo Alvarez done it before. He done it once. He done it twice. How about do it a third time? Why are we trying to say, well, he moved up? So what? Canelo Alvarez moved up. Canelo Alvarez was planning to move up to the cruiserweight division even after that thing. It was Caleb Plant. He was trying to fight Makabu. He's small for 130. So what? He beat Kovalev at 175. And we ain't talk about his height. We praised Canelo Alvarez for becoming a 3-division world champion when he beat Kovalev. Now he's tiny. Is it? Oh, okay. So what is it? What is it? Let's be real. What is it? What is it real? That what Dimitri Bivol humbled Canelo Alvarez? Is Dimitri Bivol gave Canelo Alvarez conscience about his own height? Because Canelo Alvarez never cared about height. Canelo Alvarez never cared about his size. He never cared about his size like that. He truly never cared about his size. And even when they put the rehydration clause with Daniel Jacobs broke the rehydration clause. Canelo Alvarez didn't say, you know what? Nah, I ain't fighting you. He could have easily said that. He still fought Danny. He still fought Danny Jacobs. That man never worried about his height. He was always smaller than everybody else in terms of height. So now when it comes to David Benavidez, now we're giving this out with Canelo Alvarez. Oh, but he's small. I mean, he's a small one. He was always a small guy at 175. He's the smallest guy at 168 in terms of height. But in terms of weight, he's big enough. He is big enough. Like, why we just can't say we want Canelo Alvarez to go and fight David Benavidez? That's the fight that we all want to see. That's the only fight that we care for Canelo Alvarez. He done it all. He done it all. But if he's gonna stay active, that's the only fight that to be honest, I care for. I'd rather look. To be honest, y'all know how I feel about Canelo Alvarez, the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. I don't want to see that fight. I think it's a match. I think it's a mismatch. I think it's a waste of time. And if it's about a money grub, if Canelo Alvarez, you want to get a money grub, I'd rather you fight a spectacular event with Jake Paul if it's about the money. I don't want you to get the money and then be a bully at the same time. Even though that you're not pressing for the fight, they're pressing you with the fight and they throwing money at you. But if I'm saying, if you're going to give me this fight, yo, Turkey Ashik, you want a spectacle? That's what you want? Because that's what you're trying to create with Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. That's not a fight. That's a mismatch. That's a video game fight. That's a video game fight. Then Canelo Alvarez go fight Jake Paul and make a spectacle about it. I'd rather see that. I'd rather see Canelo Alvarez and McGregor if it's about the money and it's about the spectacle. Because that's what people saying. But that's going to be the money fight. That's the biggest fight. It's going to bring a lot of money. All right, then I want to see Canelo Alvarez versus Conor McGregor make it fun. I don't want people to try to convince me. Nah, bro. Terrence Bud Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? He great, and he could really he could beat Canelo. Shut the hell up. No, he can't. No, he can't. Unless he put a bunch of steroids up his ass, he ain't gonna do nothing with Canelo Alvarez. Victor said Canelo looking out with a $2 super chat, my brother. He said Canelo is not scared. He don't owe anybody ish. I agree with that. He don't owe nobody. He don't owe nobody nothing. Yeah, and at the end of the day, I'm a boxing fan first. In the end of the day, we're boxing fans first. And boxing goes on. It goes on. It keeps going, right? Canelo Alvarez is gonna be tired. We're gonna be cheering for something. We're gonna be cheering for a fight. So I'm saying if Canelo Alvarez is still gonna be active, and Canelo Alvarez is still in his prime, maybe the back end of his prime. Canelo Alvarez has declined his power just a little bit, but his decline is he's still better than everybody else in the 168-pound division. Then why not? I expect it. If I'm a fan that I call Canelo Alvarez, aka King Nello, then I want you to keep on doing some king shit. Why I'm gonna call Canelo Alvarez and give Canelo Alvarez all this praise and call him King Nello, aka Cartelo, aka Cash Nello, aka Payday, the face of boxing, and all of that? I expect something from the face of boxing. I expect something from greatness. See, I think that people got bored in expecting something for Canelo Alvarez. Then now we revolt in saying that Canelo Alvarez don't have to do nothing. Canelo Alvarez done it all. Yes, Canelo Alvarez done it all. Canelo Alvarez, he could do whatever he want. And that's one thing that Canelo Alvarez keep on saying in his interview. I could do whatever I want. I could do whatever I want. I could do whatever I want. Yeah, I know Canelo Alvarez, you could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want too. I could do whatever I want to do too. Everybody in the chat, y'all all grown men and women, y'all could do whatever y'all want to do. Am I right or wrong? Yeah, at the end of the day, we got responsibilities, right? Yeah, I could do whatever I want to do, but at the end of the day, it's not about doing whatever I want to do, it's doing the right thing. In the position that you at is doing the right thing. There's a lot of dudes out here that got kids that don't take care of their kids. They doing whatever they want to do. They just not taking care of their responsibilities. Right? We all could do whatever we want to do. Canelo Alvarez could do whatever he want to do. But we want Canelo Alvarez to do the right thing because he is the face. And by you being the face, you set the tone. You set the bar for the next generation to do what you need to do. I don't want Canelo Alvarez to do what we thought Floyd Mayweather did. You know what I'm saying? Over marinating a fight. We don't need the over marination fight. Canelo Alvarez didn't even over-marinate the Triple G fight. But you know what? You know why? You know why he didn't why he didn't over-marinate the Triple G fight? Because he was under the tutelage of a guy that didn't need to over-marinate no big fights. Ladies and gentlemen, you know one thing that I miss? I do miss the partnership of Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya. I miss that Canelo Alvarez undergo the board promotions. I miss that Canelo Alvarez. Because because Oscar De La Hoya was willing to put Canelo Alvarez up against Trout, up against Shane Mosley, up against Floyd Mayweather at the age of 23. Just like Oscar De La Hoya put up what was making guys like Danny Garcia fight Lucas Matthysse and Zab Judah, right? And not Lucas Matthysse and Amir Khan. Just like he made Keith Thurman fight Diego Chavez. Y'all remember when it was Keith Thurman versus Diego Chavez? Diego Chavez and Keith Thurman was the Jerome Booth Ennis and Virgil Ortiz of back in the days. That was the two young fighters. That is Virgil versus Booth, the Diego Chavez versus Keith Thurman. Dímelo, mi gente. Queso in the building. What's good, Queso? Charles Edward Cheese. A ver qué tal la música de Queso, everybody. La música de Queso. Punch, what up? Champ, what up? If Betty does something great. Hey yo, man, I do like the Charles of the Cheese. Queso said, do you think Canelo will fight him at 75 or bring him to 68? I think he'll do a catch weight. But a matter of fact, Queso, I do believe that if Canelo Alvarez is smart now. Gracias, Queso, con los $100. La comida china para la familia. A comprar. Porfa, right? No, porfa, rey, no pork, no more pork. Dame, mama, dame special fried rice sin el pork. Special fried rice con el chicken wing para la familia, ¿oíste? Y una sopita también, mama. China. Que le queda with the $100. La música otra vez de queso. Ahí, a comer ellos. Hey, me gusta la papeleta de queso. God bless you, my brother. God bless you. God bless you. You already know. Everybody shout out to Queso. He said, but let me answer that question, right? Let me answer that question, Queso. Do you think Canelo will fight him at 75? I'm going to say it like this. If Canelo Alvarez is worried about David Benavidez' height, or I mean size, right? Because he said, basically said he alluded about the 25 pounds, right? That David Benavidez gained after weigh-in. If I was Canelo Alvarez, I will say after the fight, and I think this is the reason why we haven't heard a cement offer or cement deal that Canelo Alvarez have with Turkey Al-Sheikh, because I truly believe that Canelo Alvarez is looking at all the options. I think that Canelo Alvarez is looking at the options of he's going to say or do what he needs to do, what he wants to do right after the fight. I think that Canelo Alvarez is going to say, this is what I believe, that Canelo Alvarez is going to say after the fight, if David Benavidez comes out unscathed, no broken hands, no cuts, he says, fight me in Cinco de Mayo, just like he did with Kovalev, right? 2 months, 3 months, right? Turn around right quick. You got to come back, but you got to come to 168. So right there, we know that David Benavidez is going to make weight tomorrow, 175. He's going to balloon back up, right, to 200 pounds. And then Canelo Alvarez is going to be like, there's a deal on the table. We got to fight in Cinco de Mayo. Then David Benavidez has to struggle and shrink back to make weight at 168. See, that right there is torture already. I think right there, if Canelo Alvarez could play his cards right there and be like, you know what, we fight at 168. Cinco de Mayo. And the winner of us will fight the winner of Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev. Boom. The winner of us gets the undisputed at 175. I think that right now, if Canelo Alvarez is worried about the weight with David Benavidez, this is his opportunity. If David Benavidez is victorious versus David Morrell, and he could make his body suffer to come back down to 168. He don't even got to say rehydration close at 168 because that right there is going to damage David Benavidez's body at this stage. That's what I think. What you think? Sounds like a La Bodega up in here. Canelo coming in cold. I like it. He said strategy. I like it, but could backfire because he coming off a good fight. But it's the weight though. See, it's the weight. I mean, hey. I think that fight has to happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? Sammy in the building. What's good? I think that fight needs to happen anyway. Canelo coming cold. Look, there is no opponent for Canelo Alvarez, Cinco de Mayo. I don't want to see Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull. I don't want to see Canelo Alvarez versus and Billy. I don't think that fight is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to see none of those fights, to be honest. And I'm not a fan of the Bud Crawford fight. I'm not a fan of that. So I just feel like this fight needs to take place, man. Just fight David Benavidez. Come on, man. At this point, man, it's hard, man. It's hard in these streets. It's hard in these streets, man, trying to be like, hey, yo, nah, Canelo, no, you know what I'm saying? Canelo done it all, and Canelo, no, tú tienes miedo, yeah, Canelo Alvarez, please fight this man already, please. You got to give me bragging rights. At the end of the day, that's all we got, folks. In the end of the day, us as boxing fans, that's all we got is a bunch of bragging rights. And Canelo Alvarez ain't giving me no damn bragging rights. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, everybody in the chat, everybody in this community, let's be real. Let's be real. Whether you're a Canelo Alvarez fan and you're debating and you're in the chat and you debating in the chat or on Twitter or on IG, on social media platforms, and you hear the criticism of Canelo Alvarez, oh, he's scared, oh, he pussy, oh, he this. And then we got to back him up, right? We got to be like, no, Canelo Alvarez, el rey de boxeo. Nah, Canelo Alvarez ain't scared of nobody. Nah, Canelo Alvarez has done it all. Man, David Benavidez haven't done 25% of what Canelo Alvarez has done, and we come up with all this shit. But I'm going to say like this, when the lights are all, when the camera is off and we ain't tweeting no more, we be like this. And I know y'all don't want to keep it real, but we be like this. Damn, Canelo acting like a bitch right now, bro. Diablo, man. Canelo, you acting like a bitch. But y'all don't want to say that on the panels. Y'all don't want to say that in the chat. Y'all don't want to say that in your videos. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Come on, man. We was in the streets, and then there's going to be people that be like, but nah, this ain't the street, though. Hey, yo, Canelo Alvarez looking like a straight up bitch. Vamos a decirlo, yeah. Okay. You acting, hey, yo, people in the chat, y'all acting like y'all never called y'all boy. Come on, man. You acting like you ain't shit, bro. You acting weak, man. Hey, yo, we got to keep it real, man. We got to be a bunch of people that got no hair in our tongue. Vamos a decir la verdad, yeah. The Canelo Alvarez is looking weak out here when it comes to David Benavidez. All these moving the goalposts and shit like that. Vamos a decir la verdad. Ese tigre le tiene miedo a David Benavidez. Vamos a decir la verdad. Okay. Y'all acting like Canelo Alvarez is going to be knocking on your door with the cartels and stuff like that. Mira, ¿qué tú dijiste de mí? Yo te vi Sports Boxing, yo te vi. Like en tu canal. Yo vi tú estabas vivo. Y tú me estabas diciendo que yo le tengo miedos a David Benavidez. Yo crees que tú sabías de boxeo. Yo no le tengo miedos a nadie. ¿Y por qué tú no quieres pelear con David Benavidez? Pero yo no le tengo miedos a nadie. ¿Y por qué tú no quieres pelear con David Benavidez? Pero yo no le tengo miedos a nadie por pelear con David Benavidez. Yo no quiero ser. But Canelo Alvarez, you said that he didn't fight nobody, that he only fought Anthony Durrell. Sí, eso es lo que yo dije, pero ya peleó a Caleb Plant. Sí, and he fought Demis Andre. Sí, and he went up to fight Alexander. Sí, and he about to fight David Morrell. Sí, ahora peleó con alguien. Sí, pero yo quiero $200 million. Diablo, ahora tú quieres $200 million, huh? First that, pero tú dijiste, you said that you didn't want to fight Mexican fighters. Sí, eso es lo que yo dije, pero yo peleé a Jaime Munguía. We all know that you was going to be Jaime Munguía, Canelo Alvarez. ¿Por qué tú estás hablando mierda? Dije, oh, that you fought. All right, now you fought a Mexican fighter. You said you didn't want to fight a Mexican fighter. You said that he didn't fight, that all these guys need to fight each other. And boom, they fight. He fought everybody already. He fought guys. He even fought the Mise Andre that you didn't want to fight in 160 pound to become undisputed, right? He took care of that business, right? You thought it was a 50-50 fight. Y ahora te está pidiendo por $200 million. Sí. Y esto Canelo Álvarez. Tú no tienes miedo a ese tigre. Are you scared of him? Are you scared Canelo Álvarez? Tú me dices, hey, yo, I'm Canelo Álvarez fan right here, Canelo. Are you scared of him? That's what you're telling me. Yo no le tengo miedo. Yo peleé a Triple G. Yo peleé a Kovalev. Yo estaba peleando con todas esas gentes. Me dijeron que yo no I didn't want to fight black fighters. I fought him black. I fought him white. I fought him from UK. I fought him from Russia. I fought Puerto Ricans. I fought Cubans. Sí, yo sé eso, Canelo Álvarez. I didn't say that you didn't do that. I didn't say that you didn't do that, Canelo Álvarez. What I'm saying is que I want you to fight David Benavidez now. Okay, what are you gonna do? Huh? Yo he hecho esto. ¿Y? So what? CC in the building. Come on, y'all. Hey, y'all, I don't want to get vulgar up in here. But because we got ladies in the room. But CC, you're gonna understand this analogy. Maybe we can flip it around with the guys and the girls, right? If you got a girl, back in the days, not back in the days, years ago, not even a year, like probably 2 years ago, right? It's a chick. Y esta está dando la mamada. I'm talking about good. She's satisfying you. She is satisfying you. It could be the other way around, right, fellas? When you motorboating, when you eating the salad, when you tear that up, right? She said, "Oh, let me flip it around." Hey, yo, happy hour Thursday. Hold on. Let me explain. Let's be honest. If you out there doing your thing and you like, you doing you doing the head and shoulders, you picking your girl up, you going across the ring, you doing the baby boy and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you like this, man. You flip your girl, boom, you throw it up in the air, you lay down, bing, and she land, boom, and you blow it up, and you do all the crazy ish, bro. You are an incredible, you are Trojan man, you're a Superman, bro. You satisfying your chick. She goes back to work and she be like, oh my man, I'm still sweating. Girl, why you sweating? Oh my God, this motherfucker was talking about. Vice versa. Man, she riding you. Ding, 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 ding. She riding you. She's blazing you, sucking you off. She blew another nut off, bruh. She's sucking your two nuts so much that another nut grew. You'll be like, damn, I ain't never had this before, bro. Satisfying you. And then here comes the time when she doesn't satisfy you no more. It goes 2 years. No mamada, no la mamada, no mamada. 2 years of your pee-pee not working for her, that your pee-pee's not even getting up. Y'all been in that situation, right? When y'all taking too many drinks like that, right? Tequilas and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you got the chick and you be like, Diablo, pero párate, mi gente. Diablo, te pipí que no se está parando. We all been in that situation before, huh? Where your plátano ain't working, when your banana ain't working, you're like, yo, what the fuck? Mírala, Diablo, pero párate. And she like, what is it? Is it me? What is it? Like, damn, and you gotta be like, nah, baby, that's what the problem is. You know, when I drink tequila and stuff like that, sometimes and you're like, Diablo, you let me down. Mira, yo gasté todo dinero también. I've wasted all this money. Mira, tú no te quieres parar ahora mismo. Tú no te quieres parar, coño. Y'all acting like, come on, man. Y'all acting like it's just me. Come on, fellas. You know, when you get a little up in age and shit like that, you start thinking like that. Should I drink? Because when I drink, I can't. Shit don't. Sometimes you think you could perform. But then you're like, damn, man, she gonna think I'm whack. Diablo, man. You talking to, you go to the bathroom. You try to, you like, damn, man, come on, bruh. Damn, yo, I was jerking off the whole week thinking about this weekend, and now you don't want to stand up right now. Coño, párate, coño. Come on, man. You start talking to it, bro. Baby, I'm gonna come right back. You go to the bathroom. You start talking to it. Please wake up. Come on, man. For real, man. This is the interview, man. We need to do this. Is the first interview, man. We're trying to get the second interview and then get orientation, man, and get the job, bro. Diablo, man. Hey, yo, that's the way you got to think about it, right? When you're having sex with when you meet the lady, you said sex, and and then you start having sex with the lady and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the first interview. So you got to knock it out the park. So you got to get the second interview. And the second interview, once you get the orientation, you got the job. She wifey. Charles at the cheese, queso con los $100. Women would never understand how that shit. Yeah. I don't understand, man. I'll be laughing. You know what it is? DJ Camelo, Alex Sensation. Hey, yo, fellas, you know that's true, right? Look at CC. Hey, yo, fellas. Hey, respect the ladies up in here. Ladies, the ladies gonna be like, gonna be talking with her friends and shit. Hey, yo, you met with the dude that weekend? You told me you was gonna go on a date and stuff like that and whatever. Y'all been talking and shit like that. What happened, girl? I don't know. That motherfucker dick can't shut up. Like, for real. Like, I don't know. Shit. He look young and shit like that. I don't know that he need Viagra already. God damn, shit like that. I mean, he cute. He got a little chip tooth and shit like that. But damn, like, I don't even know. Shit, all that shit and stuff like that, little muscles and all that. You know what I'm saying? He could crack a joke and shit like that, but he can't crack this back. He can't crack this pussy like I wanted to be. You know. But it happened. It happened, bro. It happened. And I try, yeah, and I, you know what I'm saying? Some jokes are for real. Be like, man, the tequila shit, you start blaming out the drinks. Nah, I'll be honest. One time I blamed the yo, the thing is, I haven't slept. I haven't slept like for 2 days, and I was drinking and stuff like that. And they be like, it seems like you're tired, right? You be like, yeah, I'm tired. You know, I know, okay, I'm not tired. I'm not. You don't want to work. You left me hanging, bro. I passed you. You left me hanging, bro. And that's when I encounter being vegan. Because to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, yo, fellas, let me say it like this. Go vegan for 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I always say 3 weeks. Because that third week of being vegan, right? It gives you a boost. Like, it's the third week. It's going to be hard the first week, the second week. But that third week, there's going to be a morning that you wake up and you be like, wow, por diablo. Damn, it hasn't been like this since I was, 17, 18, 19. See the veins and all that. Yo, let me tell you like this. It is true. Yo, to be honest, the drug is in the food, bro. It's in the food. It's not the drink. It's the food. It's the sugar. It's maybe the sugar. But let me tell you like this. You go vegan for 3 weeks. And you're going to thank me. Fellas, you're going to thank me. By the third week, you're going to be like the dudes in Coming to America. Hey, Mortimer, we're back. You're going to be talking to your dick like, yeah. Ahora. You're going to call that chick that your dick's going to get up. What you doing? But you haven't called me in 3 weeks. Por ahora que no. The thing is, I was working and stuff like that. I didn't have time. Por ahora ven ahora. But you got to come in 2 hours. 2 hours. You just call me right now. Come in 2 hours. Trust me. Come in 2 hours. I'm going to have you coming for 2 hours. Ven ahora, que yo estoy ready para usted. Mujer, ven ahora, mimito. Hey yo, hey yo, what about? Hey yo, fellas, yo, hey yo, fellas. Hey yo, what about when your shit don't want to stand up, right? Right? And you wasn't planning. Look, I'm gonna tell you a trick. I'm saying a trick. Hey yo, fellas. You know when you like, oh my god, what the f is happening, bro? What the fuck is happening? And you playing foreplay, but longer than what you supposed to, and and then you go down, right? And you munching on the food, if you understand what I'm trying to say. You munching, all right? But you munching, but what you're doing is trying to get it up at the same time. You munching overtime because you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it, but I still gotta satisfy her. Damn, and you're trying to play with this. Come on, man. And you're like, oh my God, this shit is not getting up. Oh man. Experience life. All right, man. Let's get back to boxing. Let's get back to boxing. Jack can say you real for that. Hey, yo, fellas, you know what I'm talking about. That's what it is. CC is like, oh, that's what it was. Nah, because when this motherfucker the other time and we went out and shit like that, and he was drinking and stuff like that, I didn't even want to give him a drink. The last time I thought it was me. But it wasn't me. Now that I'm listening to Punch is telling what it is. That's why I'm listening to Punch Drunk, because at least Punch Drunk's gonna tell the truth and shit like that. Because this motherfucker, I thought it was me. I actually thought that was me. Nah, girl, it ain't you. It's not you. It's us. And that's why I tell my son, my oldest son, I tell my son, mira, hijo mío, don't watch porno, don't masturbate. Because this is what it is. Diablo, we going outside of the sport of boxing, but this is Friday, right? We drinking and stuff like that. This Friday, we talking about, y'all already know boxing translates to life itself. There's education out here, right? This is what messes up. All right, fellas. You know it's true. I know there's ladies in the chat right now. You might not want to admit it. He said, yo, I feel like I'm invading a talk between the... Nah, CC, it's all right. It's all right. You could be in the brotherhood circle. You know what I'm saying? So you can understand. So you won't be like, you know what? It happened to me, and I thought this motherfucker just didn't like me. I thought I was actually like... Nah. Ladies, the only time you say, ladies, the only time is when that mouth game weak. Yes, that's it. And don't scave it either. Don't. When the teeth hit it, you be like, "Ay, coño, man." Right? Hey, yo, fellas, right? When it's like that, ay, good. Damn, bitch, you just started. You know, fellas be acting like, hey, yo, the fellas don't like, look, the fellas don't want to date a scoochie, you know, a skank and a hoochie. They don't want to date a scoochie, but they want their girl to have experience. It's weird, right? Like men, like even in a relationship, you don't want your girl to have that much experience. Like, you know, when you dating and stuff, like how many boyfriends you had, how many, and she'll ask you how many girls you had, you know, in the beginning, right? I mean, when you were growing up, you don't ask those type of questions because everybody got a history after that, right? But you know, when she's going down, and then she like, oh, and she hit the teeth. Oh, coño, stupid. It's like you'll be like that with a coño, tú eres bonita, pero mira, párate, yeah, get up, tú no sabes nada. Why you didn't tell me you didn't know how to do that? Oh, shit. Insensitive woman, damn, man. But females feel the same way. She says she's taking those. Female feel the same way. There's some ladies that don't like you biting the nipple and stuff like that. You was with a girl before that she liked it when you bite the nipple. Bite me in the nipple. And you you like the fucking pirate with the nipple. There's some girls that like that, but there's some girls that don't. There's some girls that be like, it's almost like when they bite or when they scale with their teeth down there. There's some girls that don't like the when you bite the nipple because the other girl liked it. You think that she like it. You're like, she goes, yeah. You be like, I thought my fault, baby. I thought you was the other chick. Es mentira. But she said, I'm devoted to the Lord in the moment, but I'm sure the notes will be useful sometime down the road. Amen. She said, I'm taking notes as knowledge. I don't need them because I'm devoted to the Lord and the moment, but I'm sure the notes will be useful sometimes down the road. It is useful, Cece. It is useful. Because, you know what I'm saying? You're the first person that you gonna make him catch the Holy Ghost. You gonna make him catch the Holy Ghost. But let's go back to boxing, folks. It's becoming hard to give Canelo Alvarez the benefit of the doubt when it comes to David Benavidez. And it's all right. Look, Canelo Alvarez is a future Hall of Famer. Canelo Alvarez has done a lot in the sport of boxing. Canelo Alvarez has done more than all these people in the sport of boxing. Right? That's one thing. I'm not taking anything away from Canelo Alvarez. Trust me, I've debunked it. I've argued it. I've debated a lot of criticism towards Canelo Alvarez. But as of right now, especially if David Benavidez beats David Morrell this Saturday, and he calls out Canelo Alvarez again, and Canelo Alvarez gives another excuse. Canelo Alvarez, I don't like to say no fighter is scared, but the way that Canelo Alvarez is talking is uncharacteristic when it comes to David Benavidez, which gives the logical sense that he is afraid of something. And like I said at the beginning, is he afraid of David Benavidez? To be honest, to add layers to my belief, I don't think that Canelo Alvarez is purely afraid of the man David Benavidez. I think that Canelo Alvarez is afraid of losing what other athletes and entertainers are afraid to lose when they figure out that nothing could buy that energy. What energy am I talking about? If you listen to wrestlers, if you listen to entertainers, because fighting under the bright lights is entertaining. When you listen to wrestlers, when you listen to boxers, when you listen to, you know what they miss? You know what they miss? Out of anything. Some of them gain money, some of them lose money, some of them still got their money. You know what they miss? You know what was the epic drug? You know what was their high? The fans, the support, that raw. You ask Stone Cold Steve Austin, what do you miss? The pop. Is it a drug and adrenaline that you can't buy? You cannot buy having a whole country behind you like Canelo Alvarez. You can't buy that. You cannot buy that. That is purely earned through hard work, time, your team, all collectively. It's just not that you just did your thing in the ring, but it's everything, the machine. Canelo Alvarez don't need a fight. But let me tell you something about that drug. That's a drug. That pop, the audience, thousands of people cheering your name. How many fighters you see today, they go to these fights, nobody even know who they are, bro. Yo, let me, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm dead serious, bro. I'm dead serious. When I went to Florida to Teofimo Lopez fight, right? I went to Teofimo Lopez fight versus Steve Claggett in Miami, right? And I was sitting right behind Riddick Bowe. I was sitting right behind Riddick Bowe. Yo, there was like 4 instances, and I'm telling you the truth. But there was like 4 instances that people passed Riddick Bowe and say, yo, Punch, what's good? Yo, what's good? What's good? Gonna take a picture. Yo, you funny and all that. And I'm saying in my mind when I sat down, to be honest, I'm like, yo, but it's a Riddick Bowe. Like, I'm saying in my mind, like, because I'm new to, it. I'm not out all the time, but when I'm out, and I go to an event, yeah, there's a couple of people's. I'm not saying I'm on. A couple of people's, like 2, 3, 4, 5 times, people will recognize you. Yo, Punch, I see your channel and stuff like that, which is good. I'm cool with that. But I was sitting right behind Riddick Bowe, and Riddick Bowe wasn't getting that love. And I'm saying in my mind, like, yo, do y'all know who this man is? Like, I'm just looking around, like, I was like, yo, but why he's not getting that type of love? Like, yo, like, this is Riddick Bowe. But not only with Riddick Bowe, I've seen a lot of fighters in events, old fighters, that people just walk past them. They used to be the man. They used to have the thousands of crowd. They was on TV, and they lose that. If you ask them what they miss that. They don't miss the money as much. Money comes and goes. They miss that. I believe that Canelo Alvarez is afraid that David Benavidez is capable to beat him in a demoralizing way. He's not afraid of that. He'll take a beating or whatever and stuff like that. It's a fight. And maybe Canelo Alvarez already lost in the ring and probably have lost in sparring. Every fighter has taken a beat down, whether it's a sparring, practice, whatever. Every fighter, right? Even Mike Tyson got dropped in sparring. Every fighter got hurt in sparring, right? So taking an ass whooping is nothing new to fighters. Taking an ass whooping in front of the whole world is nothing new to fighters. They don't experience that much, especially in the level of Canelo Alvarez. They only experienced it twice. But with Canelo Alvarez, he knows that the way for David Benavidez, he knows that that's really a passing of the torch, that if David Benavidez does beat him, he just doesn't lose. He loses the Mexican fan base, because David Benavidez is going to be the guy that carries the flag, is going to carry the country, is going to carry the fan, the Americanized Mexicans and the Mexicans. Porque se puede defender. He speaks English, he speaks Spanish. He got the style. He's entertaining. He know how to trash talk. He has the attitude of what Mexican people do really like. That machismo, that macho. When he's calling David Morrell, oh yeah, and stuff like that. Oh, you're this nice guy, you pussy, and stuff like that. Mexicans like that. They like that. They like that. They love that. Maybe they didn't get used to with Canelo Alvarez, but they like that. Just like they like when Canelo Alvarez is speaking Spanish. Why do you think people love it when, to this day, they love to go back to the Mise Andre? Ah, man, you're a terrible fighter. Get the fuck out of here, man. They love that machismo. When Canelo Alvarez reinvented himself, they like that. David Benavidez naturally got that. If David Benavidez beats Canelo Alvarez, he is the face of boxing. Because and if he beats him in a spectacular fashion, that David Benavidez, his style, the way he talk, his presence, he looked like he could beat everybody. See, is the reality, is the perception, and the illusion. That's what worked for Mike Tyson. See, Mike Tyson has the illusion. That's the reason why people pay for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, because Mike Tyson brought a style to boxing and to the world. He captured the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans. People thought that Mike Tyson hitting pads and in shape, that, oh, we might see the Mike Tyson that we all love at 58 years old, because he left that impression. David Benavidez has all the ingredients to be the face of boxing. He has all the ingredients. And I believe that Canelo Alvarez doesn't want to lose what makes him Canelo Alvarez, what makes him the face of boxing. And that's the support of the Mexican fan base. David Benavidez will snatch that up. He's not just gonna snatch the loss. He's not like gonna be Bivol. And where he beat Canelo, but that doesn't mean he's going to adopt his fan base. Triple G adopted Canelo. Triple G adopted a lot of Mexican fans just by giving Canelo Alvarez comp. You know what helped Triple G? That Triple G had a Mexican trainer. So when Triple G is saying, let's fight Mexican style, that's the reason why in the second fight, Canelo Alvarez was shamed to fight the Mexican style, because in the first fight, there was a lot of Mexicans that didn't like the style that he fought, in which I love that style that he fought. It showed a lot of growth and elusiveness. But there's a lot of Mexican fans that love Triple G. Let me tell you another way that he could steal the fans, right? Manny Pacquiao, y'all remember Manny Pacquiao? Manny Pacquiao didn't have a strong Philippine fan base. No. What made Manny Pacquiao, if y'all remember, is that he beat a Mexican fighter and went toe-to-toe with a Mexican fighter, in which the Mexicans embraced Manny Pacquiao as their own. And the way that the Mexican embraced Manny Pacquiao because of his wars with those Mexican fighters, then that Philippine boxing fan base that was never really in the sport of boxing, they were not a Philippine fan base. The Mexican fan base certified Manny Pacquiao, which with their certification gave that window of opportunity for the phenomenon of Filipino boxing. But if Manny Pacquiao didn't whoop the Mexicans the way that he did, I don't think, yes, I think he'll be big, but I don't think he would have been that big. The Mexicans gave Manny Pacquiao that love because they respect when somebody goes toe-to-toe with their own, show respect, humility, and stuff like that. The Mexicans are the one that truly supported in the beginning Manny Pacquiao. And then the Philippine, because like I said, in the Philippine, there wasn't a Philippine fan base in boxing. I'm gonna give you an example right now. Manny Pacquiao's not fighting. Where's the Filipino fan base? Where are they? They used to be heavy in social media. They used to be heavy on YouTube boxing. On YouTube boxing, there used to be Filipino channels. Where are they? Because that's it. Manny Pacquiao's not fighting. But do Philippines really got a community out here for boxing? Really? Not without Manny Pacquiao. Hey, yo, put it this way. There's a lot of channels out there that went YouTube bankrupt. So, I think that David Benavidez has the capability of just taking everything from Canelo Alvarez. You don't think that there was animosity when Oscar De La Hoya beat Julio Cesar Chavez? There's a lot of animosity there. Bert, it was good. My brother Bert in the building. What's good, man? Shout out to all the members. So yeah, man. I think that David Benavidez is going to beat David Morrell. I think that David Morrell is probably going to give him some work. I think there's going to be some things that David Benavidez could overcome. I think David Benavidez is easy to hit. I think his defense, I don't know if his defense has gotten better. I mean, look, Demetrius Andre was hitting him. Kingdom Plant did box well for a bit. We seen David Benavidez be hit, and that's what happens with offensive fighters, especially offensive fighters that do square up. That Triple G one style will fuck Benny up though. I think that Canelo Alvarez, if that elusive Canelo Alvarez could give David Benavidez problems, but I think Canelo lost that mobility through injuries and wear and tear. Yo, I 100%. Yo, guess what? I agree with that. You know, I always talk about that the first Triple G Canelo Alvarez style, and That's where he declined, in my opinion. But I think that Canelo lost mobility through injuries and wear and tear. Yeah, the knee brace and all that. He was not moving. But I also think that they shamed him to go back into that style. I think that he was evolving, and then the Mexican fan base didn't let him evolve. They still wanted him to fight that mano a mano type of fight, in which he did in the second Triple G fight. But I really liked that Canelo. I seen the evolution of Canelo Alvarez in that first fight. People wasn't ready for his evolution, in my opinion. And after the fight, we're watching that fight, everybody was saying, I remember I was in a fight party and people were saying, yo, Canelo Alvarez learned a lot from Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? He took it in. He learned a lot. But yeah, I think that I still think that Canelo Alvarez's body punches will affect David Benavidez. I think his counter punching is better than anybody David Benavidez has fought. I think that that's one thing about David Benavidez still. I think that he has so much confidence in fighters that he's fought that he don't think they could hurt him. Because he's bigger than everybody else. He's an enigma at 168. Like, he threw everything in the kitchen sink versus Alessandro when he moved up to the 175 and he couldn't get him out of there. I give him the benefit of the doubt that his hands was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Is the sport of boxing. Like, if a fighter say, yo, I injured my hand, there's fans out there that be like, man, come on, excuses. Hey, yo, man, there's a lot of wear and tear in the sport of boxing. I believe that he hurt his hand, just like I believe that Shakur Stevenson hurt his hand, just like I believe that Tank hurt his hand with Pitbull Cruz, just like I believe that Canelo Alvarez's his wrist was injured. He needed surgery. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fighters that get surgery that a lot of people don't know either. Those two fights were epic. I think that that 118-110 card really messed up the how people really see that fight. Like, to be honest, I watched that fight, the first fight. I've watched the first fight of Triple G and Canelo Alvarez like 5-6 times. I've scored it. I put it in slow motion because I think what took away was that 118-110. People started looking like if Canelo Alvarez had something to do with it. But if their fights were so close. Their fight was like a Bivol and Beterbiev, but it was bigger, you know what I'm saying, because of the magnitude of the fight and the fighters. I think that if Canelo Alvarez is going to fight David Benavidez, in my opinion, and I said this a while ago, he should have fought him before, because now David Benavidez is coming into his prime, and Canelo Alvarez, you go into the back end of your prime. You know what I'm saying? You're not really hurt. You're not really knocking people out. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna knock out David Benavidez. I think you could hurt David Benavidez. I don't think you're gonna knock him out. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot. I think there's holes in David Benavidez's game, but I think that just because he's an offensive fighter, I think he's special in the way that he throws his punches at that size. I think it's very hard to prepare for David Benavidez. Even if Canelo Alvarez have heavyweights, sparring heavyweights like Sanchez and stuff like that, I don't think at that size of 6'3", 6'2", I think he's 6'3". I seen him in person. He's real tall. I don't think that you could find somebody to prepare you for that type of offense from a tall guy like that got a lot of leverage. That's like fighting a speedy Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Like it was even hard. I remember it was even hard for Demetrius Andre to get sparring partners. Like, it's hard to prepare for a guy like that. Rap Star Boxing Out of the voice of the UK London. What's good, my brother? Hold on, let me see where we at. Hold on. Brian Guzman in the building. What's good? What's good, Brian Guzman? What's good, brother? Cancer said Bivol wasn't much, and Kovalev was a one-trick pony. Even though I don't take that win away from Canelo Alvarez. I think that was an impressive victory in my opinion, because that was his first time moving up to 175, and he moved up to 175 from 160. And we got to also acknowledge that Kovalev did be a young, hungry lion in Anthony Yard, right? He beat him with a jab. And we also got to understand also in that fight, Kovalev, in my opinion, was actually winning the rounds. You know what I'm saying? He was actually out jabbing Canelo Alvarez. You know, so I was watching a little decline there for Canelo Alvarez as well. And I think a lot of people wanted to take that victory away because they wanted to create that narrative that, oh, he was the oldest of all champions. That's the first time I heard it. He's the oldest of all champions. But got to give him a lot of credit. He did move 2 division up to fight Kovalev, which probably at the time, Kovalev was still the most respectable light heavyweight. Like, remember, at that time, Beterbiev and Bivol still didn't make their mark like Kovalev like that. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, he still fought the guy with the most experience, in my opinion. But yeah, man. So what y'all feel is gonna happen this Saturday, and who y'all want as the winner? I mean, if the winner is David Benavidez, what y'all want next for David Benavidez? Is David Benavidez going to go to Riha season February 22nd and watch the fight with Bivol and Beterbiev? If Beterbiev beats Bivol, do you think that he's going to fight again? Is he going to retire? Like, one thing about, I don't want to jump the gun when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. I think it's been frustrating that we see David Benavidez really putting Canelo Alvarez up against the wall and really calling him a coward. And it's looking like more and more Canelo Alvarez is bringing us some excuses that I just don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree with Canelo Alvarez saying that he doesn't want to fight Mexican fighters. I didn't agree that Canelo Alvarez recently in the Ring Magazine interview saying that he doesn't want to, that David Benavidez is talking shit and he don't want to give him money. Like, what do you expect? Hey, yo, Canelo, what do you expect David Benavidez to talk to you? How you want David Benavidez to talk to you? You want him to kiss your buttocks? Canelo? You want David Benavidez to be talking to you nice? Ay, por favor, Canelo, yo te quiero mucho. Tú eres un mexicano y yo soy mexicano. Usted es mi hermano, yo soy tu hermano. Give me an opportunity to share the ring with greatness. I do everything just to share the ring. I'll take the $5 million. I'll take $3 million. I'll take the flat fee. You're the greatest. You know, I just want to share the ring just like other people have shared the ring. You know, I want to know what greatness look like. I see it, but I want to feel it in the ring. You know, I just want the opportunity because, you know, I have posters of you on my wall. I'll never take them down to this day. Like, what do you want David Benavidez to talk to you? How can I know about it? Oh, that they don't ripeki. Que ripeki. This is the fight game. I don't want nobody to be kissing on Canelo Alvarez buttocks. I don't want David Benavidez kissing your ass like Jaime Munguia did. Nah, Canelo Alvarez, stop with the Ring Magazine interview, the latest one. I didn't like it, bro. I didn't like it. No, I didn't like it. And if y'all are Canelo Alvarez fans, like I am, you shouldn't like it either. Because in the end of the day, it's the fight game. Oh, he talks shit. He ain't gonna get a payday. Ay, mira esto. Oh, so now when you talk shit in the sport of boxing, you don't get a payday. No, he gotta be humble. And I can't humble. No. David Benavidez got a chip on his shoulder. And David Benavidez got the eye of the tiger. And David Benavidez want to have that chip on his shoulder because he's gonna have the opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. What you want? You want him to soften up? It's funny this. That when Jermell Charlo wasn't talking shit to Canelo Alvarez, a lot of people, I remember I went to Vegas, I went to the fight, leading up to the fight, I was there in fight week. A lot of people was like, yo, but Jermell Charlo attitude is changing. It looked like Jermell Charlo is afraid of Canelo Alvarez. Oh, now reality sets in. Oh, it's this and that. The whole week, everybody was talking about Jermell Charlo's demeanor. Like, yo, why he's not talking shit? Why he's not doing this? But then when it comes to David Benavidez, y'all want him to act like Jermell Charlo leading up to the fight with Canelo Alvarez. Nah, I don't like that weak stuff. Nah, I don't like it. I don't want Canelo. That's not you, man. Come on, man. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not supporting Canelo Alvarez in that. Y'all want to play that. Y'all want to play that narrative. Y'all want to enable that narrative because in the YTBC and the YouTube boxing community, you don't like the haters like Canelo Alvarez, and then they saying they calling him a bitch and stuff like that. But you know what? It's not about his haters calling him a bitch. Is that Canelo Alvarez is giving them the green light to call him a bitch. That's what it is. He's giving the people the indication that he is scared of David Benavidez. He's giving that impression, and we can't keep lying. We can't keep enabling what he's saying. He's saying all the wrong things. He's saying all the wrong things, especially when it comes to David Benavidez, is that he don't want to fight Mexicans. He hasn't fought enough. He he wants $200 million. Oh, the 25 pounds rehydration. What's going on, bro? What's going on with Canelo? I know. So when people say that Canelo Alvarez is afraid of David Benavidez, logically speaking, whether you a fan or not, or you a hater of Canelo Alvarez, it still makes sense, bro. It still makes sense. And instead of us keeping it real with what we see and what we hear from Canelo Alvarez, people just want to debunk what his haters are saying. The criticism of his haters in terms of he looks like he's scared, he's afraid of David Benavidez, he weak and stuff like that. Come on, this is legit, man. I don't like how Canelo Alvarez is looking out here. I don't like it no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. Just keep your mouth shut. Don't even say nothing. Just keep on saying, you know what? Maybe we'll see. We'll see after the fight with David Morrell. That will keep the anticipation. That will make Canelo Alvarez even look good. He could easily say, you know what? Look, there's a new investor, Turkey out of Sheikh. He's throwing a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I think that we both could leverage an opportunity where we're gonna get paid way more money than what we would have gotten paid a year ago. It was new money. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going to be on the table. Let's see after David Benavidez fight, and let's see what we could do business-wise that is going to really make it a big, wonderful fight. And both of us is going to really cash out and we're going to get the type of money that we never dreamed we was going to get if we would have fought a year, 2 years ago. And then people will be like, you know what? As much as I want to see the fight right now, people will be like, you know what? Let's see what he's going to do versus David Morrell. And it's true what Canelo Alvarez is saying. Like, damn, he just sat with Turkey. You know what? Let's give it a little bit time. If now, but he got to say things, but also acknowledge that this is his biggest fight. I don't like that Canelo Alvarez does not want to acknowledge that this is his biggest fight. See, this is what the people are not asking Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, do you acknowledge that the biggest fight for you is David Benavidez? And if Canelo Alvarez says, no, I don't think that's the biggest fight. Tú estás hablando mentira, hey, Canelo, te voy a lavar la boca con jabón, oíste. I'm going to clean your mouth with soap. Déjate hablando mentira. Canelo Alvarez, is David Benavidez the biggest fight you could have right now in the sport of boxing? And if he says, no, vete de aquí, mentiroso, get the fuck out of here like you talk to Mr. Andre. Yo no quiero hablar contigo. I don't want to talk to liars. I don't want to talk to liars. Así me meto, yeah. Not like that. If you don't answer that straight up, I'm not, I don't want to be a fan of liars. No, you lie now. No, you're afraid. You're afraid. No. You're afraid. No. You don't want him to take your Mexican fan. You don't want David Benavidez to be the poster boy of Mexican boxing. And he's highly capable of being that. Imagine, Cassie, he'd be like, hey, you get the fuck out of here. I don't care. No. No, I support you for so many years, but ahora you talking like you scared. Why are you gonna say you talking like you scared, Canelo Alvarez? You my boy. You talking like you scared. Oh, you don't support me. No, I support you. But I'm telling you, that's why I'm keeping it real with you. I'm keeping it real with you. And that's what it is. We got to keep it real. Canelo Alvarez is not listening to his fans. And you know what? I just feel, to be honest, I feel the more that he says, I do whatever I want to do. I do whatever I want to do. I ready for him. I fought him. I did everything. I do whatever I want to do. And Canelo, I do whatever I want to do. I mira este tigre que you do whatever you want to do. Everybody can do whatever they want to do. Oscar De La Hoya could do whatever you want to do, but you know what? Oscar De La Hoya did the right thing. Oscar De La Hoya did the right thing. I never needed to beg Oscar De La Hoya for a fight. Never. That's why I miss, like I was saying earlier, I miss Canelo Alvarez with Oscar De La Hoya. Because even if you think about it, when they started marinating Canelo Alvarez in Triple G, it only took a year and a half to get that fight done. It only took a year and a half to get that fight done. One fight in between, and that was Kirkland. That's it. Kirkland, that's it. That's all I got. That's all we got. We didn't have to beg Canelo Alvarez for Triple G. No, it wasn't like that. It was a legit 1 year and a half marination, which is perfect. That's understandable as a boxing fan. 1 year and a half. If you're thinking about Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, when Mike Tyson said on that interview, I F you to you. No, what he said in the post-fight interview when he said, I'm bad with this. Nobody could stop me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. It's not for. I said I come from their cloth. My when he said my right hand is ludicrous, my hand is perpetuous and stuff like that. I want to eat your. I want your heart. I want to eat your children. Praise me to Allah. That right there was the start. That right there only took a year and a half, maybe a year and a half. Look, if we check it out, think about this. When he called out Lennox Lewis, the way that he called out Lennox Lewis, look how long it took. Look, we talk boxing out here. Look. Hold on, watch. Mike Tyson. Box rank. Yeah. Let's go to look. So I won't look like I'm going crazy, right? Lennox Lewis. Look at that Lennox Lewis. Look at that the Tigre. Lennox Lewis. Boom. All right. He fought 20. All right. It took 2 years, right? I think he fought him, right? Lou Savarese. Así mismo, una cosa así tan rara. Right? That was the the post-fight interview. So it took 2 years to get that fight. 2 years. And it didn't even feel like it was like, oh my God. It didn't feel like that, right? It didn't feel like that. With Canelo Alvarez, it took a year and a half, right? So, but this right here is like, yo, like Canelo, like, nah, man, like, it's time for you to fight David Benavidez. It's the only fight left. It's the only fight left. It's the only fight that I really want to see you in, to be honest. You know why? Because there's always gonna be a young, hungry lion. Would I like to see Canelo Alvarez face the winner of Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev? Do I want to see the get back? I do want to see the get back as well. I would like to see Canelo Alvarez try to get his get back with Bivol. But also, let's be honest, bro. Bivol humbled Canelo Alvarez and his team. I think that the fight with Bivol gave Canelo Alvarez a conscience like, oh my God, I could lose it all. Canelo Alvarez team and himself hasn't been the same since Dimitri Bivol. No. Because the Canelo Alvarez of old, like he did with Triple G, he would have activated the rematch clause to fight Dimitri Bivol. And once he didn't activate the rematch clause and then fought the Triple G, the trilogy, remember I was doing a video about it. I said, nah. Yeah, this ain't the Canelo Alvarez. The Canelo Alvarez losing his way. I said after the fight, if you go back to that live with Canelo Alvarez versus Dimitri Bivol, and I even said that I feel like Canelo Alvarez lost that fight due to game planning. There's a lot of people that gave praise to Dimitri Bivol's skills and talent, in which, yes, skills did beat him as well. But I do feel, looking at the fight, and I've seen the fight already several times, but if you look at the live, the ending of that live, whenever you get the chance, go check when I did the live commentary to Dimitri Bivol versus Canelo Alvarez, and then check the video that I did the next day. I said that I believe in Canelo Alvarez, that Canelo Alvarez, all he needs to do, go back to the drawing board, come up with a better game plan, because I feel like he went to that fight thinking with the same game plan that he had with Caleb Plant, with the same game plan that he had with Callum Smith, that he's going to hit you in the arm, hit you in the hip, hit you in the body, and he's going to break you down. And once we saw Canelo Alvarez trying to hit him in the arm, and he figured out that, you know what, this guy's actually bigger, it's not phasing Dimitri Bivol, he went with the same game plan because he was on a roll. He was living in the clouds. Let's be honest. That run in 168 was unstoppable, was beautiful. And I think that he wanted to keep going with that same mindset, with the same game plan, but you needed a new game plan for Dimitri Bivol. And I just think that they really didn't study him very, very well, in my opinion. So I think it was more game planning than just me saying that Dimitri Bivol got way better skills than Canelo Alvarez, right? So I said, yo, Canelo Alvarez, go back to the drawing board and activate the rematch clause and get your get back. It was Canelo Alvarez that didn't activate the rematch clause. And yes, everybody, when he signed that contract, understood, and the belt federation also understood that once you have a rematch clause, every belt federation is notified, and Triple G is also notified as well. It wasn't written on stone that he has to fight Triple G after the fight because there was a rematch clause. Is that Canelo Alvarez and his team didn't have, they didn't feel like they was ready for Dimitri Bivol. And that's when the beginning of, after the fight, I try my best. I'm very small coming up. That's not what you said when you beat Kovalev. You wasn't talking about your height. Nobody was talking about your height and your weight and stuff like that. Because when you beat Kovalev, you became a 3-division world champion. You put that crown over your head, and you was King Nello. But then you lose, then you're talking about your height. Then you're talking about, I went there and I tried my best. No, you went up there before. You was a champion at 175. So all that small talk, no more, because you already became a champion at 175. Sergey Kovalev is the same height as. So I think that Sergey Kovalev is the same height as David Benavidez, or close to it. What's Sergey Kovalev's height? Watch. And Sergey Kovalev killed the man in the ring too. Sergey Kovalev. What's his height? Sergey's height. I want to see his height. Okay, he's 6 feet. All right, he's not that tall than David Benavidez. David's 6'2". He's 6'2". Canelo don't have another game plan with Bivol. I think they could come with another game plan. I do think so. Because I've seen layers of Canelo Alvarez. I think that Canelo Alvarez has gotten comfortable with the same style that he did, because think about it. That's three, not even, that's 3, 4, 5. Well, before Bivol, that's 3 game plan, 3 camps of fighting the same way. You know what I'm saying? He barely threw a jab, in which he actually was trying to throw jabs in his latest fights. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the way that Canelo Alvarez even looked in the championship rounds with Triple G, the old man. And I think that Triple G won the championship rounds, even in the last fight. I think that the Bivol fight really shattered the confidence of Canelo Alvarez. I truly think it shattered his confidence. I think it shattered his confidence, man. Because think about it. After the fight with Jermell Charlo, he said, "I'm back." What do you mean that you're back? So you wasn't back with Ryder. You wasn't back with Triple G. You wasn't back. You didn't feel back. You didn't feel like you was back. The Jaime Munguia fight, it wasn't a statement win. When was the last time Canelo Alvarez had a statement win? It wasn't the Triple G trilogy. It wasn't I mean, he's hurt all his opponents, right? But that Bivol fight did something to him and his team. It gave him a conscience. And I feel that's the reason why I feel he don't want to fight David Benavidez, because it's more than just losing to David Benavidez. It's losing the culture, the fan base, and you're no longer the face of Mexican boxing. See, when you lost to Bivol, you were still the face of Mexican boxing. When you lost to Mayweather, you were still the face of Mexican boxing. If you lose to David Benavidez, you no longer will be that. And that's why I think that Canelo Alvarez is not ready to lose that yet, because that's his moneymaker. That's his moneymaker. I said he hurt everybody, but that doesn't mean he's making the statement wins. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you should be going 12 rounds with Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga, in all actuality, on paper, is out of his league. It's nothing that Edgar Berlanga does that is better than Canelo Alvarez. With no experience, didn't have the experience, didn't fought any fighter to prepare him for Canelo Alvarez. Never was a world champion, barely fought former world champions. You know what I'm saying? He was not supposed to go, even though that Edgar Berlanga took it to 12 and did what he needed to do with the experience that he had and the skill set that he had. But his performance is the reason why people see Canelo is giving everybody, whether it's people not believing his skills or believing his fighting spirit. He's giving everybody that leeway. If Canelo Alvarez was blowing these guys out of the water, nobody will be even thinking about Terence Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. It's because Canelo Alvarez is not blowing these dudes out the water that should not even be on his level. He shouldn't be going 12 with Ryder. He shouldn't be going 12 with Berlanga. Probably he shouldn't be going now. We see look at Jaime Munguia now. Did that win age good? No. So now, because of that, people are saying, well, Bud Crawford could, because of Canelo Alvarez's performances. And the reason why people are saying that he's scared of David Benavidez is because the way that he responds to the David Benavidez potential fight. His performances is giving the leeway that you're not this. What? How many times now y'all hearing, I mean, Canelo Alvarez is great. He's done it all, but I just never felt that Canelo Alvarez's skills is like way better than everybody else. Little by little, Canelo Alvarez is not sounding like the face of boxing, the king. He's not. And it's throwing me off as a fan. It's throwing me off. Because Canelo Alvarez, even if he has a questionable win versus Triple G, they got the rematch right away. The rematch right away. Canelo Alvarez really never backed down from nobody. Canelo Alvarez fought anybody. He fought the names, the veterans, the young fighter, the southpaws. I always said it. That's why I always give it to Canelo Alvarez. That's why I don't agree with the over exaggeration criticism of like, oh, he fought the weakest champion. I don't believe in that narrative. Or he doesn't want to face this black slick fighter. No, that's a narrative because he fought the UK fighters. Slick or non-slick. He fought the American fighter, slick or non-slick, black or white. He fought the Puerto Rican fighter. He fought the blacks, the black veteran, the black slick, whatever. He fought the Russians. He fought the Cubans. He fought the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? He fought every style. He did fight every style. Big, long, short, tall, Asian, Kazakhstan, he fought every style at the highest level. So the pushback is, but he's done it all. All right. But what you going to do now? Just because you've done it all, just because that shorty, like I was saying earlier, right? Just because that shorty was blowing you off real good in the beginning and then she stopped blowing you off and she don't want to do nothing. She don't want to satisfy you no more. Or you're going to be like, nah, man. Nah, my girl's good because 2 years ago, man, she used to blow my shit for a long time. What has she done for you lately? What have you done for your girl lately? If you stop satisfying your woman, right? Spiritually, physically, and stuff like that. If you stop satisfying her, what do you think she's gonna wander around? Maybe. I don't know. If you're not sick or nothing like that, she's gonna think that she don't like you, that you don't like her, that she's not attractive no more. She can't do nothing for you, and vice versa. You used to satisfy your woman, just like as a fan, these fighters give you the bragging rights. They satisfy your entertainment needs. Canelo Alvarez used to satisfy my entertainment need. It's easy to brag about Canelo Alvarez before, but right now it's not easy. I'm always going to just talk about the past. Yeah, at the end of the day, what are you doing now, Canelo? I think that you are the favorite to beat David Benavidez. You could be the favorite to beat David Benavidez still. Why are you talking like this man has took your heart and your bolas and snatched it and put it in his pockets? That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. The same way, look. And that's what if y'all follow the channel, I keep it unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. I always say the same about my favorite. I'm the harshest critic to the fighters. I give some of my favorite fighters the benefit of the doubt, but also they've done the work for me to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not the favorite fighter of somebody and they haven't done shit and I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt. No, if I give Tio the benefit of the doubt, it's because he's a two-time lineal champion. If I give Naoya Inoue the benefit of the doubt, it's because he's a 4-division, 2-division world champion, undisputed. If I give Canelo Alvarez the benefit of the doubt, it's because he's the 4-division world champion, the best resume of this generation. If I give Usyk the benefit of the doubt, if I give Bam Rodriguez the benefit of the doubt, it's because they earned for me to give them the benefit of the doubt. Even when it may seem like the criticism is fair or something like that, but I will probably give him the benefit of the doubt because, okay, somebody be like, yo, but Tio scared of this person. Really look at his resume. Yo, Canelo was scared of this person. Really look at his resume. But at now, where we at now with the Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez situation, he's reminding me of my other favorite fighter that if you follow the channel, matter of fact, I started my channel talking about my favorite fighter in Keith Thurman, right? And then it got to the point that me watching Keith Thurman, when the conversation of Earl Spence came along, Keith Thurman's mood changed. And at the beginning, I used to debate. If y'all follow the channel when I first started, I used to debate a lot of people with the Thurman and Earl Spence stuff. And man, people used to be like, "Hey, yo, man, Keith Thurman act different when people ask him about Earl Spence." And I used to debate, and then it got to the point where I got mad. Yo, I'm like, yo, but that time, remember there was a telecast in Keith Thurman. It was a Showtime telecast, and it was that was the event that that was the same event that Jamel Charlo knocked out Erickson Lubin in the first round. And they had Keith Thurman and Earl Spence in the telecast. And Keith Thurman told Earl Spence to his face, because everybody was talking about the potential welterweight matchup between Keith Thurman and Earl Spence. He said, he's younger and he got more. He said, he's more dedicated than I am. He said something like that. And I said, oh my God, Keith, why are you going to tell that man in his face like that, bro? I'm saying, where is that Keith Thurman, bro? You acted man humble when this guy's in your face, bro. You talk shit about everybody. Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Danny Garcia, everybody Floyd Mayweather, Keith Thurman used to light everybody up. When it came to Earl Spence, this man was like a choir boy, bro. And as a fan, they used to tick me off. So before I used to be like, nah. I mean, Keith Thurman, man, he's the one that's done everything in the welterweight division. Man, he ain't afraid of no Earl Spence, man. He fought Sean Porter, Danny Garcia. He's doing the work. But every time you saw the demeanor, look at what Earl Spence and Keith Thurman in the Fox press conference, he's laughing, he's joking and stuff like that. That Earl Spence is smoking his ass in another interview right there, and you being man nice. I'm like, yo. It got to the point where me as a Keith Thurman fan had to say, Earl Spence humbles him. Earl Spence his presence humbles Keith Thurman. It does. It does every time. It got to the point every time, and I used to debate that. And it got to the time where, you know what, I submit to it. I gotta be honest. I was giving Keith Thurman the benefit of the doubt, but it kept happening. And the same thing I feel about Canelo Alvarez with David Benavidez. It keeps happening. He's always moving the goalposts on what when people ask him about David Benavidez, and it's looking like you don't want to fight him because you're so afraid of the ass whooping or you're afraid of losing the Mexican fan base. It's something you are afraid of when it comes to either the person or what you're going to lose by losing to David Benavidez. Now I'm gonna open up the panels. I want to see somebody. I want to see if I'm wrong how I feel about it. I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan. But I got to keep it real with Canelo Alvarez when it comes to David Benavidez. It's something that David Benavidez does to this guy. It's something that David Benavidez does to the psyche of Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Y'all want to debate that? Anybody want to debate that? Anybody want to debate that? Here you go. Anybody that want to debate that? Anybody that want to debate that? Hey, yo, smash that like button. Support the channel. Support the channel. Support the channel, folks. All right, 2 hours. We 2 hours in. We 2 hours in. We go longer. We go longer if there's some support. We ain't gonna go no damn 4 hours the other day, and we only had $2 super chat. Oh, mira, I went 4 hours the other day. Mira, me dieron 2 pesitos. I said, diablo, mira esta gente. No, así, más respeto. Nah, keep on smashing the like button. Shout out to all the donators. Shout out to all the people, the people that's a member to the channel and stuff like that. But yeah, man, come on. Anybody gonna argue that? Somebody gonna go against me on that? That David, oh no punch, no. Canelo Alvarez is not afraid of David Benavidez. He's not reluctant to fight David. He's just waiting on it because, you know what I'm saying, he's doing what Mayweather did. If y'all gonna come with that narrative, I'm gonna debunk it right away. Because if you're gonna bring, because I hate every time it's becoming apparent, it's becoming a regular thing that every time we're talking about what Canelo Alvarez needs to do, somebody, gotta be 1, gotta be 2, gotta be 10. Somebody always be like, but Mayweather did the same thing. Mayweather did but you want Canelo Alvarez to be like Floyd Mayweather, and that's what it is. No, all right, that's why you're bringing him up, because that's you fighting the narrative. That's you. That's fighting people. That's always bringing up. You know what I'm saying? That's criticizing Canelo Alvarez, and then people come up. Oh no, but Mayweather did it. Well, that's what the reason why we in the sport of boxing. It is where it is right now. Queso. La bebida. Ladies and gentlemen, la música de queso, otra bebida. Let's get another beer. He's rich. He is rich. Let's get another beer. Hold on. His own money. I mean, the boy has got his own money. DJ Camelo a la sensation, págame la música. Good looking out, queso. Hey, yo, queso. You ain't go to Japan, right? You ain't go to the Uwe fight. You said you was gonna go to the Uwe fight. Hey, yo, why you're not going to Riha season? February 22nd. I'm thinking about going to Riha season. I'm thinking about it, man. I want to meet the Turk. Punter Unboxing, you were talking shit about me the other day. No, I wasn't, Turkey, man. You my man. What are you talking about, bro? You were saying that I'm doing a circus fight. You told me that I want to put Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. All right? You're making fun of me, my friend. No, I'm not, my friend. No, hey, Turk. All I'm saying is put all that money and all that energy on David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. That's all I was saying, Turkey. That's all I was saying. No, you would not. I would not do not disrespect me the way that Gervonta Davis, that nail polish wearing, that purse wearing, that little faggot gonna tell me that I have to give him to the Ferrari. Don't disrespect me. Hey, my brother. Turkey, chill out. I ain't gonna kiss the ring like everybody else is kissing the ring. I don't roll like that. Yes, we will. I don't roll like that. You're gonna hold my hand like Dana White and like Frank Martin. You're gonna hold my hand, all right? I ain't gonna hold nothing. I want you to give me David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez. You talk about that you a big dude and with all the money, you got all the money and stuff like that. And you the rich and you the messiah of the sport of boxing. Give me David Benavidez and Bud Crawford. I want to hear that shit no more. I don't want to hear no damn Bud Crawford. Why not? Why are you talking to me like that? Nobody has the right to talk. Shut the fuck up. Turban wearer, motherfucker. Nobody has ever talked to me like that. Punter Unboxing. Nobody has ever spoken to me in that form. Punter Unboxing. I respect that. Punch unboxing. I'm very tired. Everybody kiss my fucking ass. I'd have Eddie Hearn. I'd have Oscar De La Hoya. I have Frank Warren. I'd have Burt Crawford. I had Bill Haney the other day to come up for a meeting, and he was trying to kiss my ass. I said, let it go. All right, all right, all right. I'll give you the damn fight. I will give you the damn fight. But you're going to be the undercard of Ryan Garcia, okay, son of a bitch? And stop acting like you're Muslim, my friend. You're not Muslim. I saw your son with a whore. All right? Mona fix. Hey, yo, he said, and then Punch go missing. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. I'm not even going over there no more. I'm not even going over there no more. Nah, you know what they tell them? They be like, hey, yo. Hunter of the hunt. Hey, yo, no, nah, and you know what people tell me behind the scenes? Those that be like, yo, Punch, yo, that accent, you know what I'm saying? But yo, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful and stuff like that. Yo, I'm telling you, bro, you gotta be careful. Hunter the Hunt, what's good, my brother? What do you mean they can be careful? Be careful. I ain't gonna change for nobody. I ain't gonna change for nobody. If Turkey gonna like Punch run back and gonna like me for me. I don't know, sugar daddy, Malik. That's what he told. He told Gervonta St. Davis. You're asking for a Ferrari, my friend. I spit Ferraris out of my damn ass. It's not about you. It's not about me not giving you 2 Ferraris. It's a principle, motherfucker. And now you're sugar daddy. I am not your sugar daddy, motherfucker. Oh shit. Now you heard what Eddie Hearn said. Eddie Hearn said, I will clean Turkey Al Sheik's shoes. Man, for Eddie Hearn, who was born with a silver spoon and stuff like that, to say that I will wash his shoes, like damn, Turkey Al Sheik is doing things to these dudes. Like, come over here, Eddie. Come to my palace, my friend. What a minute. Come to my palace. I want to have a meeting with you. And Frank Warren. I don't like to have Barbara, but he's too old. I don't have you, Eddie. And you, Frankie. Take out your clothes. Oh, shit. You walking hand in hand. You saw him be walking side by side with the hand with the Frank Warren and Dana White. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the end game. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Turkey Al Sheik got an end game. Shout out to Turkey Al Sheik. He's doing his thing. But come on, y'all. Whether you a small business guy or a guy that got the money or a big business person or business mind or in this field of business, you're not in it just to waste money, right? Let's be real. Let's be honest. There got to be some end game with Turkey Al Sheik. It got to be some like how many times that now all of a sudden we're hearing like, oh, now Turkey got all the money, he just unlimited and stuff like that. I'm like, oh right, there is, you know, we seen Al Heyman do it. We seen Eddie Hearn do it when he got that budget from the zone. Like, yeah, in business you invest and you spend the money, but then after that, there is some type of revenue you bringing back, right? Is it something like? I don't believe that he's gonna go like 10 years and just spending money. Like, you know, it's one thing that I do agree with the Gervonta Tank Davis narrative. Presidente, mi gente de la República Dominicana. There is. I do agree. If there's anything, like I agree that Gervonta Tank Davis should go and work with Turkey and be in the potential tournament of the Devin Haney's and the Teofimo Lopez and the Ryan Garcia and the Boots and all that stuff, right? And the Shakurs, right? But I do agree with this. The difference between Gervonta Tank Davis and the other guys, the potential right now, is that they're gonna get money. They're gonna get money. Tio gonna get money, right? Tio gonna get money. Devin gonna get money. Shakur's gonna get money. Boots probably gonna get money. All these guys are gonna get money. And I'm not saying they don't make the money in terms of revenue, but none of them does make money. It's a difference between getting money and making money. If you understand what I'm trying to say. Gervonta Tan Davis makes money. He sells out his arenas. He does well enough pay-per-view to get enough to get a back end. Whether it's like people be like, and it's good that people are getting educated about this, because a lot of people been, especially now, right? We've been talking about a lot about this $100,000 threshold, right? That Devin Haney didn't want to fight Teofimo Lopez because they would need $100,000 threshold to get a back end pay-per-view, in which that means that Devin Haney didn't think that it didn't what you said about it didn't think that he could get a pay-per-view back end until they hit $100,000. So when people used to make fun of, but Gervonta Tan Davis only made $300,000, $250,000, at the end of the day, he's getting more. He's getting at least $1 million or $2 million just off those 200,000 pay-per-view back end money, or even more. Ain't nobody was looking for a Gervonta Tan Davis to break Mayweather's record or something like that with guys like Hector Luis Garcia and stuff like that. But to get back end pay-per-view money with a Hector Luis Garcia that nobody knew about, to get it with Rolly, to get it with even if he's gonna get it with Lamar Roach, that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Still good business. He's making money. He makes money for the company. He makes money. He's making money. That's a good thing. We can't take that away from Gervonta Tan Davis. You know what I'm saying? Does he need Cherky out shake? I mean, if he wants to make more money, right? In which he doesn't have to be solely responsible of bringing that back end money, but you got to. But that's one thing that he could pop his collar. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You can't hate on that, right? We don't hate on nobody getting their money. I feel like Gervonta Tan Davis is good enough to put himself in position to get the fight that we wanted him to fight, right? Like the likes of T.O., the likes of Shakur, the likes of Haney, the likes of Ryan. We got the Ryan fight, right? But we wanted to see a level playing field right there. But he does make money. And look, let me tell you like this. A lot of people have been talking about, well, PBC is dead and PBC is sinking. Look at this weekend. Everybody's talking about this fight. And I think there's a wonderful matchup that PBC put together. David Morrell versus, and look, let's be honest. People don't want to give credit, and I'm tired of these people in boxing trying to credit Turkey to discredit Al Heyman. You could give credit to both. I give credit to Turkey, and I'm giving credit to what Al Heyman has done in the 10 years that he's been here, right? 10, 11 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this up and down with all the power entities. What's good. So I like what Turkey is doing right now, but PBC is still doing something. They're still doing. You know what I'm saying? We all locked in for this fight. I think a lot of people is going to be paying for this fight. I think a lot of people is going to be witnessing this fight. I think that all the boxing content creators that go live, that does live commentary, I think everybody is talking about this fight. And that's a PBC event. You know what I'm saying? And that is a lot of people feel like that's a 50-50 fight, 55-45. A lot of people feel like this is a great fight. And if you look at what PBC has done with David Benavidez, with Caleb Plant, Demetrius Andre, Alexander, put him in the co-main event of Gervonta Tan Davis, and putting this fight, man, they're doing a good job, man. A lot of people don't want to give credit. People still stuck on what PBC did with Thurman and Jamal Charlo. These guys haven't been back in the ring. But PBC also had Tim Tszyu being the phenom in 154 of 2023. He was the most active fighter. He fought Tony Harrison. He fought Carlos Ocampo. He fought Brian Mendoza. Everybody was giving Tim Tszyu credit. Yeah, but that's PBC. Why you don't give the credit to PBC? He said, I'm paying for the event, bro. Yeah, man. We a boxing fan. That's a great fight. That's a great fight. If anybody be like, I ain't gonna pay for the event, man, come on, man. Pay for that event. That's a great fight. We gotta make sense even when we don't feel like something is the best. but also makes sense. We want fighters to dare to be great, right? We want champions to dare to be great. Am I right or wrong? Or that just fits to the champion that we want to devalue, degrade. Oh man, you got to dare to be great like another champion. We want fighters to be like back in the days. Okay, if you don't like what Gervonta Tank Davis is doing, do you respect what Lamont Roach is doing though? If we don't like what Gervonta Tank Davis is doing, but do you respect that Lamont Roach, a champion, is stepping up and daring to be great in his own right? Or is it because, Lamont Roach is not a lucrative name in the sport of boxing, so you don't value him daring to be great? What about, okay, if you don't like what Gervonta Tank Davis is doing, then cheer for Lamont Roach for an upset, right? You're still a boxing fan, right? So we still got to show respect that Lamont Roach is daring to be great, just like we will want Gervonta Tank Davis to dare to be great. So let's look at it like this. All right, you know what? I don't like what Gervonta Tank Davis is doing, but at least Lamont Roach is doing what we're begging Gervonta Tank Davis to do. So you know what? If you don't, man, I hope this guy beats Gervonta Tank Davis to end this shit. Look at it from that point of view. At the end of the day, we're still boxing fans. We can't beg for a champion to dare to be great, but then another guy's there to be great. But then the narrative, you're only catering to a particular fighter that could dare to be great. Nah, got to keep the same energy. Hunter the Hunt just bought it yesterday. $80 is crazy though, but couldn't risk missing it. We got to do what we got to do, right? We got to do what we got to do, man. Sometime when we in the bar, we in the club, the bottle of water costs $5. The same bottle of water that we pay $1 in the deli, in the gas station, costs like $5. Costs like $5 in the damn bar, right? The same gas station in Harlem is not the same price if I go to the same gas station in the financial district. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say, nah, man, I'm gonna get stuck. I ain't gonna pay for no damn gas station. Over here is damn almost $7 a gallon, but up there is like $4 a gallon. I'm not gonna pay. I'm gonna try to drive. I'll push the car if I have to up there. No, man. That's just the way of the world, bro. It's the way of the world, man. You could go to a basketball court and play for free, but then there's a tennis court. You got to be a member to the tennis court. It is what it is, man. That's the way the world is, man. You know what that tells me, man? When I see prices go up. What that tells you when you see prices go up? What type of energy that it brings to you? Like, yeah, when I was younger, probably be like, damn, man. Nah, you know what it tells me? It'd be like, damn, man, I got to work harder. Damn, maybe I got to get another job. Damn, I got to get a raise. Man, I got to work for a raise. Man, I want to be an entrepreneur. Man, I want to open up my best business. Man, my credit got to be better so I could get out of this so I can make more. When the price go up, all of a sudden it's like, I got to make more, right? It's almost like when you a dude and they put you on child support, while you're going to be complaining or you're going to be like, you know what? I guess, man, they're going to put me on the child support, man. I got to get another job. It got to be on the books or off the books, right? You don't gotta be a pusher to be a hustler. Anybody could be a hustler, right? Work ethic, consistency, and stuff like that. Just like as a boxing content creator, there's a lot of boxing content creators, but there's others that work harder and more clever and more creative than other and more consistent. There's some boxing content creators that is good, but they're not consistent, so they don't grow. There's other boxing content creators that are good, but you know what? They don't get the same number of other. It's you still got to be consistent. You still got to work. Still got to keep going. Hunter the Hunt El Monstro is going to get ham. Morrell doesn't seem phased though. This is going to be an epic war. Think so? It does have all the ingredients to be a war though. Good looking at Hunter the Hunt. It does have all the ingredients to be a war. I think that both of these guys is gonna get hit. I think they both offensively sound. I think both of these guys got something to prove. I think both of these guys are labeled almost the same way, some type of like boogeyman, knockout artists. Both of these guys are dangerous as well. Both of these guys can overwhelm each other. Both of these guys are also smart in the ring, you know. I think that you know what it is? There's something about David Benavidez that even though that he's in the position where he's at today, there is no pressure. I don't think that David Benavidez has any pressure. Like, to be honest, I don't think that even David Benavidez got the type of pressure like Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez or even Ryan Garcia got. I feel like because of Canelo Alvarez, and because people feel that Canelo Alvarez should be fighting him, I feel because of Canelo Alvarez, it doesn't give David Benavidez the type of pressure that you will give somebody else in that same position. You know, some people thrive from pressure. What's good, HLD in the building? What's good, Savage in the building? What's good, Demolo Savage in the building? What's good, brother? HLD in the building. What's good, man? Epoxy. He said Morel. Epoxy Magic says Morel by a split. You know, it does seem like, is this a 50-50 fight? It does seem like, yo, I've been hearing a lot of people lately, especially the last 2 days, saying that Morel's going to win. He said, yo, Punch, not to go off course or get political, but what was your thought on the Elon salute? To be honest, I think that the propaganda has been so overwhelming that even if I felt like that type of gesture, we all know what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? We can't hide from that, right? We all know what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? What it looked like. But then when you see the whole thing and the way that he's doing it multiple times is, you know, sometimes his gesture, we think that the gesture is what you call, what's his name? Hitler gestures, right? It's what it looked like. But for me, I learned throughout the years, for like 10 years already, because I remember I stopped believing in media. Not more than 10 years. It was 2013, 2012, 2013. I really was a rebel to media. I did have a website I created. It was called damn, I almost forgot. What was the fuck I created? thetruthhurtsouch.com. I think that was the time that I actually turned independent, and I was supporting the Green Party movement. I was supporting I actually was supporting Cynthia McKinsey. She was a Democrat at first. She ran for president, and she went to the Green Party. I was supporting the Green Party. I didn't like the parties anymore. I didn't like the Democratic Party anymore. I felt like that's when it really like hit 2012. After the first term of Obama, and I felt like, you know, he was used like a puppet. I really didn't. And then but then I supported a black sister from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I supported Cynthia McKinney, and she ran for president as well. And I see what the propaganda was doing to her, and then through her, then I was learning like, oh man, this ain't even about this race and black and white. If you don't align with the machine, and she didn't align with the machine, and she was going out there, and she was, if y'all ever Google her, Google Cynthia McKinney. I was supporting her, and then from that, I was turning more. The more that you have your kids, and you're growing as a man, and then you become more responsible, right? And then you get close. Then I was getting closer to God, right? That's what, around that time I was with the Bible, I was with the Quran at the same time. You know, I didn't know if I wanted to be Muslim, I didn't know if I wanted to be Christian. To be honest, I was with a Quran. I used to be with my backpack, always had a Bible, always had a Quran. I was in this journey, always trying to find myself. I was kind of lost around there. I was homeless a bit, you know what I'm saying? So I was, you know, trying to figure a lot of things out. And the closer I got to God, you know what I'm saying? The closer I got to God, then the closer, you know what I'm saying, you know, gather the situation with my child and family and stuff like that. You start being a little bit more conservative, more traditional.
And then more and more, I'm going to the right. I'm starting to be more traditional. I don't know. I don't know if y'all can relate to it, but the more you get closer to God, and then you become, and then there's some morals, and then you go back to the center, then you go back to a more conservative way of thinking. But I always was into this political thing, the political wars and shit like that. So I created that platform, and the more conservative uh, uh, um ways I was thinking, and I was putting things out there. I remember I grew almost 7,000 followers. The truth hurts ouch.com grew 7,000 followers. I was on my grind. I was on my grind writing these little articles and talking about the supermarkets and the food, and I felt like I was the first Andrew Tate, to be honest. I felt like that. Then in 2016, 17, they shut my channel down. Not my channel down, my website down. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the Donald Trump stuff. That's when. So to answer your question, in the long firm, I got so used to the propaganda, and I got so used to what they try to do with Elon Musk, that I gave Elon Musk the benefit of the doubt, and I saw that they were just trying to use it, trying to say that he's a Hitler or something like that. And I don't think that Elon Musk is nothing like that, in my opinion. So yeah, I think that was just gaslighting. I think they choose how to highlight something, and then people brainwash people about it. I didn't think too much about it. Right away, I felt like, look what the news is going to do with this. That's how I felt, to be honest. Right away, look what the news is going to do with this. Elon is socially awkward. He has something. I forgot what it's called, but he did not mean anything bad by it. The syndrome he has is being awkward. He does look awkward, always talk awkward and stuff like that. But I think, you know what I'm saying, I do like what he represent. I do look. He brought that type of energy, that freedom of speech that was needed. I'm thankful that there's a platform, because I was thinking about going to Rumble. I thought I was gonna go to Rumble. I always thought about, like, you know what, I think I'm gonna shut this YouTube thing down. It's not gonna allow me to talk the way I want to talk. I was afraid of talking about politics, because everything I was working for a couple of years, man, I really was dedicated to that website, and they shut me down. They shut me down completely, bro. 7,005 was talking about child support. I was out there going to marches for fatherhood. I was out there, in family court for fighting for fathers. I was really into that. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like put it this way. It's almost like all the work that I was putting in for Punch Drunk Boxing, and then all of a sudden you wake up and they shut the whole channel down. All the videos erased. All the articles that I wrote erased. That's how that's then you're like, it's gonna be hard. Am I gonna start this channel all over again? You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. And then I said, you know what? I'm gonna be talking about boxing. And I said, I ain't never gonna talk about this politics stuff like that. Sometimes it wills me in. People know who I align myself with. I'm very vocal, been vocal about it since the beginning. I've been a 47 supporter since the beginning. Yo, I lost family members. I've lost friends. I lost a lot of friends, bro, because the political party I was aligned with, just like that. And now, put it this way, the same people that ain't even want to be cool with me, now they cool. Now they support what I support. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was a 47 supporter before it was even cool, especially in the hood. I'd be in Harlem with the Making the Great Again head and the sweater and the shirt. And I used to have several shirts that says "Friends don't let other friends vote Democrat." All that, bro. I was like that, man. But good looking out, Domingo. Appreciate that, bro. He has Asperger's syndrome, development disorder. Yeah, man, I know something about that. But yeah, I think they try to make something out of it that it wasn't really all of that. Like, I don't really care. I think to be honest, I like where I like what he represents. I like what the party right now under 47 is representing right now. I'm happy. I've been a supporter since day one. Yo, I even had people Man, I've everybody called me everything from Uncle Tom to whatever, all of the names you could think of, bro. But I used to be thorough with it. I used to be, I wish I'm on Ethel Wood. I used to go, I used to go to the bars and shit like that. I used to go to the Harlem Tavern at 116th with my Making American Great Again cap and sweater and stuff like that. People's like, even my people's be like, are you serious or are you crazy? Yo, what you mean I'm crazy? What you mean? What you mean? This was in the beginning. In the beginning, bro. And now I see how mad people was embracing it now. It's like, I look at it like it's like mixed emotions. Like, look at how everybody is now. Shit, I remember when I was the only one. To be honest, bro. I think there was like 2 dudes in Harlem. It was just me and somebody else. And I think that dude passed away. It was like 2 dudes in Harlem that was supporting. That's it. Yo, I didn't even get invited for Thanksgiving, bro, for like 3 years, man. People used to think I was crazy. Nah, man, I just didn't believe in that propaganda. I got tired of it. I don't think the left has done anything for the community. That's just how I feel, man. That's how I just feel. Just my opinion. I think there's a lot of good and a lot of bad in both sides, and either sides, and every side. But I saw that way where they was trying to eliminate God in our kids' psyche. They was pushing the rainbow army so much. It got to the point where the left was way too left that it became unrecognizable, man. They went too far left that it became too. They went too far left. They jumped off the cliff. Put it that way. That's what happened to the left. The left went so far left that even lefties couldn't even align with that. There was one person in the left that I said. There was only one person in the left that I respected and I liked. And I said, if the machine gets behind this person, she could be Donald. You know who that person was? And I said this years ago. Tulsi. I said Tulsi has the mouthpiece. She's a vet. She went to war. And if you notice, leading up to debates and all that, to the elections and everything like that, to the primaries and all that stuff, Donald Trump ain't never said nothing about Tulsi. He scorched everybody that was the Democratic primary and all that stuff, candidates. He never said one word about Tulsi. You know why? Because he couldn't say nothing about her, because he was pushing so much about the military and all that stuff. You couldn't say nothing about her. And I said, see, this woman is, you could tell how she was talking. She was not far left. She was closer to the middle, left, but a little closer to the middle. I was respecting her, and look where she at right now. If y'all was following me before when I used to talk politics, I'd be like, psst. I used to be afraid of Tulsi. I used to say Tulsi is going to be the one and I used to say, man, the Democratic Party, y'all so dumb. Y'all so dumb. And to be honest, I think she's going to be running for president in 2028. And I think she could be president. I'm saying it right now. Remember what I said, Tulsi. I think Vivek is going to go for president as well. And I think that's why he's trying to he's trying to do his own thing, because he knows he's going to have to go up against certain people in the same circle that he's in, because they're going to be running for president in 2028. So maybe he's doing the right thing to disassociate himself, because I know what he's going to try to do 2028. He's a very good speaker and stuff like that. I still like Tulsi more than him, but we're going to see. Sorry for the folks that we were in politics for a while. What's good? Wrong, me dice. It's not about politics, it's about race. It's always been. That's why they deported Native Americans, Puerto Rican, U.S. citizens. Elon, this South American white dude, knows very well what he meant. He said, "You exactly right. The new age Democrat would love the old day Democrats. They are no longer with us, turning over in their graves, wondering what the hell." I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, the left, it went too far, man. It's not even recognizable. You don't even know what the left is now. And the people that was a little bit more, because there are people that have a lot of conservative values on the left. And I just think that is their affiliation. They don't want they want to keep their affiliations and stuff like that. But I know people that perceive themselves as liberal but have conservative lives. But what's good with the $5 super chat? Domingo said, I'm excited for our next 4 years. Facts, Trump is also a great for crypto. I got to learn about that, man. I wish, to be honest, bro, Domingo, anybody, I would really want to be educated on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, bro, yo, email me, punchunboxing@gmail. I truly don't know too much about that, but I'm desperate to learn about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really desperate to learn about the crypto, buy coins and all that stuff. I really want to learn about that. If anybody want to, like, you know what I'm saying, school me, educate me a little bit of what they can, hopefully I could hit me up on my email. For real, I truly want to learn about that. You know what I'm saying? I really want to learn about how investing money and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If y'all could help me out, you know what I'm saying? Good looking. I appreciate that. I'm always eager to learn. But this fight is very, very good. I think we're going to have a good 2025 year. I think 2025 is going to be better than 2024 in the sport of boxing. I think February 14th, like we've been talking about, I think it's February 14th. We got Keyshawn Davis versus Dennis Baranchik in the lightweight division. I think there's going to be a lot of things going to be changing. A lot of interest. Going to be a lot of interest going on in the next couple of weeks, especially in the month of February. There's going to be a lot of switching sides. There's going to be changing narratives, changing thoughts. Because like I said before, and I'll keep on saying, if Keyshawn Davis performs very, very well in terms of making a statement and knocking out, stopping Dennis Baranchik, people, the primary fight in the lightweight division. After Keyshawn Davis, if Keyshawn Davis stops Dennis Baranchik up to February 22nd, is going to be Keyshawn Davis versus Gervonta Tank Davis. That's going to be the wave. And then if Shakur Stevenson beats Kid Austin in a spectacular fashion, if he KOs or stops Kid Austin, or if Kid Austin have an upset, right? But I think a lot of people was looking at Shakur Stevenson because Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Tank Davis has been linked longer, right? And there's people that saying that that's the primary fight in the lightweight division. So let's just say if Shakur Stevenson beats Kid Austin, even though you already know I support Kid Austin, I'm a fan of Shakur Stevenson's skill set and stuff like that. Everybody know that. But, you know what I'm saying, Kid Austin is my guy, right? But let's say Shakur Stevenson beats Kid Austin, because I think that he's not just going to get credit for beating Kid Austin. The only way that Shakur Stevenson is going to get credit for being Kid Austin if he stops Kid Austin. If he stops Kid Austin, then the primary fight in the lightweight division is going to stay. It's going to stay as Shakur Stevenson versus Tank. But if Keyshawn Davis knocks out Dennis Baranchik, he's going to skip the line. And it's all going to be about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Keyshawn Davis. That unification bout is going to be more exciting. We're going to be looking at two power hitters. We're going to be looking at power punchers, and I think that Shakur Stevenson is going to be back. Is going to take the back burner. Is going to be playing second or playing third. Yo, Punch, did David WBC mandatory actually matter, or was that fight still not guaranteed? I think the WBC does whatever they want to do, to be honest, Sleepy. I think they never follow their own rules. They make up rules as they go. I don't think anybody that is in WBC position. I think at this point, everybody knows it. The WBC is not going to mandate nothing until they want to mandate something. It is what it is. I don't believe in none of their rules. I think the WBO has been a little bit strict as of late. The IBF gets strict whenever they want to get strict. I think that the WBA, I don't think there's no real strict, consistently strict belt federations, in my opinion, man. I think whenever they get together with a promoter and the promoter has a plan for a particular fighter, you know what I noticed though? I don't feel like that Eddie Hearn and Richardson Hitchens truly, thoroughly wants to fight with Teofimo Lopez. I think there's a lot of things that could be moving for that side, right? If Richardson Hitchens fighting the win, if Richardson Hitchens fighting Cambosa, if Cambosa wins on March, Richardson Hitchens fighting the winner of Catterall and Barbosa, and of course Eddie Hearn is going to wait to see if Catterall beats Barbosa, and then he gets a fight with Barbosa. I'm sorry, Catterall and Richardson Hitchens. I don't think that Eddie Hearn is prepared for Richardson Hitchens to lose right now. I think that Teofimo Lopez will be the favorite. And I don't think that he's ready to see Richardson Hitchens that just beat Liam Pyro. I just don't see that energy. I don't see Richardson Hitchens saying, I got T.O. next and that's it. I always see him pushing T.O., but then adding a Camboso. In the last interview with Eddie Hearn, he said, we're waiting on T.O. We don't know. No. The fight is there. Like he said, I haven't done it. I don't deal with T.O. What do you mean, bro? There's a unification bout. Teofimo Lopez and Richardson Hitchens. They're not pumping that like that. So I feel like they don't truly, I don't know. Of late, the last couple of days, they don't truly want it, in my opinion. Doesn't feel like I don't feel that energy. I feel the energy from T.O. I don't feel the energy from the other guys. But hopefully they get that fight done. And then the WBO mandate is saying that Teofimo Lopez will have to face the winner of Barbosa and Catterall in 180 days. In all actuality, if Teofimo Lopez is going to be fighting, and that's why I didn't like that energy, because if Teofimo Lopez is going to be fighting Richardson Hitchens in June or July, we all know that Teofimo Lopez is going to the welterweight division after the fight. So he doesn't care who wins the Barbosa and Catterall, because Teofimo Lopez, what he wants to do is fight Richardson Hitchens, unify the title in the 140-pound division. And then if he beats Hitchens, he moves up to fight the winner of Stanionis and Jerome Bruce Ennis. So Tio's not even looking at Catterall and Barbosa. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that the WBO 180 days thing even matters to Tio. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, because if he wins, he's not going to stay at 140. I said Mexican boxing. Yeah, I think that's the only reason why I think that and I sent the link earlier, but I think that's the only reason I think that Canelo Alvarez. I don't think that Canelo Alvarez is afraid of David Benavidez. I think that Canelo Alvarez is afraid of what he's going to be losing. That makes who he is in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's afraid to lose the Mexican fan base overall. I think he's scared to not be the face of Mexican boxing, because he could lose. Look, Canelo Alvarez could lose to. Canelo Alvarez could step in the ring again with Dimitri Bivol and lose to Dimitri Bivol, and he's still the face of Mexican boxing. He could lose to Beterbiev. He's still the face of a Mexican boxing. You know what I'm saying? But if he loses to David Benavidez, who the Mexicans and everybody consider him that he is the next, he is the one to trump the Canelo Alvarez, he's going to get the whole fan base. He's going to have the Mexican fan base on his shoulder. It will be him. He will be the face, and he will be the face of boxing if he beats Canelo Alvarez in a spectacular fashion. And I don't think that Canelo, and I agree with Canelo, I could agree with David Benavidez on that. I don't think that Canelo Alvarez want to let that thing go. I'm not saying that David Benavidez is going to beat Canelo Alvarez. I'm not saying that either. But I think that's what Canelo was not ready to let go. He said the punch still not drop. I did drop the link. Technique. Nobody smashed the link, bro. I did. So I'm not gonna be them channel to keep on pushing the link up. If I push the link, nobody wanted to come up, I do my own show. You should have smashed the link. I mean, you should have hit the link, Technique. Nobody wanted to debate it. But yeah, man. What else we had? What else we was talking about before I go? We had Clarissa Shields getting back in the ring. Her makeup artist did a horrible job. Made her look like a straight up tranny. To be honest, let's be real. Her makeup, Clarissa Shields, your makeup artist should be fired. Should be fired on the spot. Made you look worse. We spoke about that. We spoke about this. Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia signed up for VADA and also signed up to be tested by California Test. So he has backup. He doesn't trust VADA. So I think I agree with Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they did find Oscar in the system. So he's making sure that VADA, that somebody's is gonna be he's gonna hold VADA accountable for his tests. He's gonna be ready for it. Because VADA cannot be trusted, especially if Ryan Garcia is gonna be fighting a fighter that's aligned with VADA. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Until the Pablo Escobar of PEDs is no longer around in the sport of boxing, I think VADA will be 100% respected. 100% respected. But I think that Pablo Escobar of PEDs don't want to get out the way. He loves the fame, he loves the attention, and he's always going to be a suspect. I said this earlier, ladies and gentlemen. I said that the reason why the boxing, I think maybe that Canelo Alvarez is making the move that he's making, is because he's probably gonna take away. He's trying to adopt the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And it did work. Even though that it didn't do good for the sport of boxing, it did good for Floyd Mayweather. It did good for Manny Pacquiao's pockets. But I think that this fight actually hindered the sport of boxing in the way that people think, the way that the cash cow thinks, over marinating fights, trying to save the O. I think this fight did more of a disservice to boxing than it did good. If you really look at it, you know what I'm saying? I think this is the worst thing that ever happened to boxing moving forward. Again, I think if Canelo Alvarez is waiting on the biggest payday and trying to marinate further the fight or take along to see how much money is going to be on the table, I think he's using that Floyd Mayweather tactic, and Manny Pacquiao tactic as well. You know what I'm saying? And it only hurt the sport of boxing. This hurt the sport of boxing, and I love both of these fighters. I love Manny Pacquiao. I love Floyd Mayweather. It's nothing like, especially when you're in training mode and you're looking at training and stuff like that. It's great to see Floyd Mayweather. The more that boxing goes, I do miss the technique and watching Floyd Mayweather work. I do miss the Manny Pacquiao at his high work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the particular fighters. I'm talking about what this fight did. This fight was so successful for all the right and wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because this is so a successful blueprint, then everybody gonna follow the successful blueprint. Everybody gonna follow the style. Oh, this is how you fight to be the best, to garner the most. Oh, you gotta over marinate a fight so you could get the most of it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just bad. Even in the performance, it was bad. Also, this is how you got to fight. So you got to be very, very careful and be a defensive fighter. And I could be just like Floyd Mayweather. This messed up the next generation in the way they think. Not everybody. Saving the O has been a thing. Over marinating fight has been a thing. All due to this fight. Because it was so successful in the gate, in the numbers, and everything. But ladies and gentlemen, that's almost 3 hours, folks, man. Good looking out, man, for following the channel today in the live. About to go eat some more foodie. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. Go follow me on Twitter. Well, X formerly known as Twitter. Go follow me on IG as well. Punch Run Boxing _boxing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Probably gonna drop another video and stuff like that. Do a podcast as well. Go also, y'all on Spotify. Yeah, I got Apple Podcasts. Go to Punch Run Boxing. I'm gonna start a new podcast. Not new podcast. I'm going to actually rename it what I named it at first, the Smelling Salt Podcast. And I'm probably gonna create a new channel because I really want to talk more about amateur boxing and stuff like that, like the hardcores of the hardcores of the hardcores, you know, not just the names that we all familiar with, but want to do another platform for and talk more, just not about boxing, but about life itself. The Smelling Salt podcast, we're going to wake people up. We're going to be talking about everything, other sports, politics, everything, you know what I'm saying? But more is going to be surrounded by boxing, of course, combat sports. I want to do more bare knuckle challenge. You know what I'm saying? I want to do more lives about that. And I think we're going to do that in this other channel that I'm trying to create, or this other and rename the podcast. Is going to be the Smelling Salt podcast by Punch Run Boxing. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna break down things more than just the high profile names in the sport of boxing. CC, have a blessed night. But yeah, man. But follow me on, look, easier. As a matter of fact, I'm going to teach you how to do it, because sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I want you to press the review. All right. So this is what's this? So this is what I want you to do, guys. All right. I want you to go to Spotify, right? And I want you to press Punch Drum Boxing right here. Look, go to Spotify. I was listening to Bad Bunny the other day. Okay. Punch Drum Boxing. We go to Punch Drum Boxing, right? That's Spotify. Let's go. And check out the episodes, man. Check out the episodes, man. Bill Haney soon. Check out the episodes. I might drop another episode for tomorrow morning. So when y'all go to work or whatever, y'all can listen to 40 minutes of a new episode. Y'all already know it's Punch Drum Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Love y'all. God bless. Shout out to Cancer in the building. Hope the health is good, brother. The health. Let me know. HLD in the building. Boricua in the building. What's good, man? Everybody in the chat, all the members, Ron in the building, Rong in the building. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to everybody that followed the channel. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.